Hey!
Dude, it
It's
actually
alive. Welcome.
feels so weird not to see Iru in the corner.
Hello, everybody.
Rest in pepperonis.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right. He'll be back for the Christmas special.
And the grand finales.
Yeah, well, it's just like Canon Sly killed him, like ate
Yeah.
him.
No,
That's fair.
Cannon's, he's trussed up in Sly's room, and she's slowly harvesting him for blood.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
God.
That's so
wholesome.
romantic. She's a vampire,
Yeah.
guys. Ooh, actually, hold on. Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Damn,
Giving the
you're
DM ideas.
full-on
Yay.
vampire. Yeah, she sparkles in the sunlight. All right.
That's why she's always in the corner
That's why she's always hiding.
in
That's
the
right.
dark.
She's got an umbrella. I've just never told you guys about it.
It's a parasol.
Yes.
Little sunbrella.
Do you think
This is now
Eric
canon.
sparkled in the
Have you
sunlight?
guys ever
I bet he did.
have you guys ever stopped to consider that like the quickest escape on this off of this ship is just get Eldon back in the water to capture more sea turtles, and you can just ride them to freedom?
Yep.
See, Tazzik's been
Time
fooling
together.
folks for to pile the sea turtles together.
If I have any say about it, Ellen's not going anywhere near the damn sea turtles ever again. I had one good day. That's it.
You know he's going to make you roll, and you're going to roll sea turtle duty again.
I know it's fine.
Oh, what's that? You rolled a 12? Yeah, I know last time you rolled a 4, but today it's also sea turtle duty.
No.
Oh man. All right. So Tazzik, I believe you have a last time for us.
Last time on Let's Throw Dice. We went into the evening ready to feast for the victory against the Cheliacs. Most of us were hanging around the table on the top deck chatting. Tazzik spoke with the young halfling and learned his hatred of the Chelaxians who kept him enslaved on their ship. Morgan spoke with Tam and decided that he isn't the smartest pig herder in the pen, even if he's the only one in the pen. Iru spoke with Croup and learned of his history aboard the Wormwood, while Quint and Eldon went about cooking the feast, the turtle stew, and Quint's pork pies. Quint's pork pies, but it's Eldon's pork pies because Eldon cooked those. Quint cooked the turtle stew. And hardtack was scattered on everything, as is the habit. Young Jack brought Owlbear over to the door of the mess and helped bring the feast up to the crew. The captain said a few words about this being a victory feast, and we noticed that Plug is missing from the feast or from the deck for the last day. Quint introduced this feast to the crew and told Tam that he shouldn't worry about this as this isn't his pigs. And Tam said, "Of course not. It's pork. It's not pig." The captain began to tell us that he's proud of our actions, and one individual in particular impressed him, and that Plug was not doing so well, and that the captain had no time for someone who's not pulling their weight. So the captain promoted Crine to take Plug's place as first officer, and it's opened up a gunnery position. So the captain promoted Tazzik to the shock of everyone, Tazzik especially, and told the crew to feast today because tomorrow everything's back to work. And he hopped down from the table, took a look at the turtle soup that he asked to be made, and said, "Don't feel like turtle soup today," and then went about eating. Croup congratulated Tazzik on his promotion as Eldon and Iru discussed the turtle soup. Iru checked in on Croup's glass and asked if he needed more before he headed down into the lower decks. Morgan also decided to head below decks and check out what was down there. Captain Harrigan began to ask Spook, our little halfling, about his entrance and the fact that he hasn't seen him before. Spook was terrified and he could barely even speak to the captain. Morgan headed down below decks and passed by Quint and spoke with him briefly. Eldon finished up on preparations and checked in on the weather and discovered that tomorrow was going to be a clear skies and good sailings. Then he went over to investigate Sly, and his magical senses detected a strong aura of the dark necromantic arts coming off of the strange and vaguely stabby woman that exists in our midst.
Nothing to be worried about.
Not at all. Completely stable.
Stable.
The captain, Quint came up and boasted to Ratline about Spook and his jumping on the halflings during the battle and his rage against the Cheliacs, and just so happened to make sure the captain overheard, and the captain was impressed. Questioned Quint on how he came to be hired, and then said he approved of the hiring. He also questioned Quint on who cooked the meal, and Quint said that Eldon cooked the pork pies and that he cooked the turtle stew. The captain implied that there should be a change of positions, as they have not eaten so well or so much since, or for a very long time. Quint also congratulated Tazzik on his performance and his promotion as he walked down towards the lower decks. Iru below decks did a search for more of Kroop's alcohol and managed to find many bottles scattered around the galley. He grabbed 5 of them in his arms and went to go above decks. He checked Grok's door before he headed above decks and found it was locked. Quint discussed the door and the situation on the ship, and they were both quite impressed that Tazzik made officer. Quint, Morgan, and Iru went to the galley, and Quint made a toast with them and told Morgan that she helped to unlock something within him when they had a toast the other day. He gave them a blessing to the Pallid Princess, and he linked their pains and their pleasures. He cut Iru a little and told him not to test the link between them now. And then Eldon connected with Sandara Quinn up on the top decks and asked her if she was overhearing anything on the officer's side of the deck. And she told him that Plug was alive but deformed and not doing well in the officer's quarters. And she asked for us to take her with us when we go, even though we weren't quite sure what she meant by that. Tazzik headed below decks and found Quint in the galley, and Quint very quickly decided that Tazzik was the one who might need more of his healing arts than Iru, who was in the corner trying to stab himself to test to see how it was going on. So he broke the bond with Iru and shared his blessing with Tazzik, and Tazzik saluted to his Pallid Princess. And then they toasted their newfound bond before Tazzik went down into the bilges and began to work on training his rats and convincing them to help him out with the tasks that he has. Quint quickly finished the captain's meal and took it to his cabin, and noticed that while dropping it in the captain's anteroom, he noticed that the captain's door was open. He turned around and decided not to check, because discretion is the better part of a halfling's valor. And met Iru, who told him that the captain's door was ajar and there was light in it. And Iru went, "Okay, I'm not going in there." To the surprise of everybody. Iru brought Kroop bottles and began to pour him drink after drink as Kroop thanked Iru for his diligent efforts in making sure he had alcohol. All the while, Kroop's chicken was staring down Eldon, and Eldon was staring down the chicken. Iru and Quint discussed the relative merits of being pecked and who they'd like to be pecked by, and whether or not pecking is a normal thing amongst people. And then Iru discovered, much to his surprise and happiness, that Kroop's chicken, named Dinner, was the only animal to ever not be repulsed actively by him, despite the fact that his presence usually sends animals far away. And the chicken began to peck at him, and he actively attempted to grab the chicken, which caused the chicken to move away from him. Although the chicken also didn't want to get too close to Eldon either, so it was a rather tense situation on deck for a moment. Then Stitchman and Pepperly Longbottom disappeared into the officer's cabin. Spook threw some, Yeah, Spooks threw some crabs to Owlbear and sat down by Phipps as Morgan came back above the deck. Quint was having a blast, whistling as he relaxed for the first time since we boarded the Wormwood, and asked for a different tune from. Sorry, skipped a second. Um, Eldon kept up the light show that he'd been assisting Rosie Cuswell with as she kept her jaunty tune going. Um, and he attempted to listen to things, but in the cabin below, in the officer's cabin, but unfortunately he couldn't hear anything above the din of the song. Morgan spoke with Sandara Quinn regarding items that she was attempting to acquire for us, and asked for a slightly different item since she acquired a rapier on her own. Sandara asked how she got so heavily geared out by being on the ship for so long, and Morgan said it was because Blesmara blessed her well. Ratline was grumbling and that someone was promoted above him and that he had now actually have to do his rigging job and crawled up into the crow's nest to fall asleep. Quint was unceremoniously abducted by Grok, and they went down to her cabin, and he said, "Duty calls," as they disappeared down below decks. And the little halfling was never seen again. Kidding. Eldon and Iru began to clean up after the feast as Eldon used his magic to clean the dishes, and Iru helped him to gather up and put things away. Morgan went to chat with Rosie Cuswell and say that she did a wonderful performance, and Rosie thanked her greatly, and also said, "Please take me with you." And then then we all headed to bed. And as Iru was stumbling through the hallway, he was grabbed from behind, and Sly licked his neck and ran a knife across his throat and said, "When you leave, I'm coming." And he said, "Sure, I was planning on taking you anyways." And then she disappeared, and we faded into darkness.
She faded into darkness.
Well, that too.
And apparently took Iru with her.
Yeah.
So yeah, to address the elephant in the room for the whole, I mean, I don't even know how many, if anyone, whatever. Either way, Iru's work schedule has changed, and he will be no longer able to regularly join us. He might be able to again in the fall, winter, several months away.
Something like that.
We'll see what happens. At any rate, guys, the ship is yours, and to keep the hilarity of Quint being locked in a room with Grok and the man whose job he stole, Morgan, how are you doing?
Morgan sort of wakes up in her usual fashion, and she goes to check on Spook.
Oh, Spook's good. Spook's awake. He's you see him folding up his oh my god, his carpet, his blanket. That's the word. Jeez. Spook is folding up his blanket and getting ready for the day, and he occasionally flashes a glance at an empty hammock here and there, but doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I guess Morgan's just gonna head up deck and get started on the day.
Perfect. I will get you in a position then to teleport you up.
Making sure Spook also goes.
Of course, Spook is glued to you. You put the fear of Besmara into this poor innocent child who has done absolutely nothing wrong ever in his life. Eldon.
As far as we
Eldon, my
know.
boy.
Yeah.
Eldon's just making his way to the kitchens.
All right.
Off to work.
All right. I dig it. And
On the way by, actually, noticing that Quint wasn't in the room, on the way by, Eldon's going to kind of go walk past the door and just kind of give it a little knock on his way by. Not try to open anything, just bang on the door and then we'll keep walking by, headed towards the kitchen.
all right. Respect it. Tazzik. Oh, sorry, Officer Rat.
Tazzik is going to head out and begin his first day as gunnery officer.
Oh, very impressive. Very impressive. Time to commit hate crimes. Cool.
Against
Is it
the
really
Chillaxians,
hate
of
crimes
course.
if A, it's against the Chillaxians, and B, I love doing it?
Well, it's not. I mean, if you don't hate it, then can it really be a
More-
hate crime?
Yeah, war
Yeah,
crimes.
war crimes.
Maybe.
Yeah,
there
Hate
you
crimes,
go.
no. War crimes, yes. Hate
Yeah,
crimes,
that's
no.
right. That's right. And
I'm just saying, Geneva's not on Galarian.
gonna have to come up with a whole new
Yep.
convention.
And they're literally demon worshippers. I mean, how much more evil can you get?
Yeah. They're both demon worshippers and
Yeah.
human.
Quite
Double
literally
whammy.
Satanists. So I guess we'll go to the man of the hour here. Quint, how you doing, buddy? How are you
boy.
feeling?
So Quint looks like it looks like he didn't sleep, but there is a weird intensity behind his eyes. Like he gets up, he cracks his back, and even though you could tell not much sleep happened, he looks more energized than he has for the last several days.
All right.
Yeah. And is Grok awake, or is she just sleeping the morning away?
Grok's up. Dude, you were the big spoon, so you woke Grok up when.
It's true. Oh, my apologies. I got to get back to work, I'm
She
afraid.
is very much hungover and not feeling nearly as good as you, so she just kind of like grunts and doesn't really move. And
Yep.
yeah, the Croup is also visibly unconscious and snoring like a chainsaw. I mean, yeah, sure, chainsaw, whatever. We'll pretend chainsaws exist on Galarian. And the chicken, however, is waiting for you expectedly. Dinner is standing on him, looking at you.
Quint's gonna kind of loot through his pockets and see if he has any loose grain. If there's anyone on this board who would have some, it would probably be him.
Oh man, I think at some point you put raw grain in your pocket, so I'll say there's a couple pieces in there.
Sure. Yeah, so he kind of pulls it out and looks over at Dinner and says, "Yeah, I guess you need some kind of breakfast.
As,
Here you
You
go."
extend your arm to put the grain down in front of him. Chicken actually hops up onto your arm and walks up to your shoulder.
All right. He kind of looks kind of surprised and says, "Well, you were awfully friendly. Yeah, there was a look in your eyes last night. I feel like I scared you. That's okay. I don't know what you have against Eldon."
You feel the
And he
chicken's
just
claws,
maintains
like,
eye
dig into
contact.
your arm or into your shoulder.
Yeah. All right. You want to come to work? And then Quint actually looks kind of back at Fishgut's Croup, and he kind of takes a step forward. And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I got free reign of the kitchen again today." Then he looks at at Dinner and says, "Remind me, I actually got to talk to Fishguts later. He somehow managed to take one of the sweetest things in life and just kind of shit all over it." And then he just looks at all the empty bottles around and just kind of nudges them out of the way and exits the room with
Yep.
Dinner on his shoulder.
All right, I dig it. All right. So Tazzik, you're sticking with your gun. So Morgan is the only PC who's due above deck today. Ooh, crazy. All right, so Morgan, since you're the first one up on deck, and you're bringing Spook with you. And Spook is, of course, he's, for a 7-year-old, he has 6 years experience swapping decks, and he just like immediately gets to work and goes about his day, grabbing his bucket and his mop, and is starting. But before you have the opportunity to do so, your favorite shag on the ship walks up with his big heavy boots and a bit of a distant look in his eye, a little unnerved. He keeps his distance from you though, and Scourge says, "With the staffing change, you're to report to Ratline."
Hi, officer.
He's and he gestures to the crow's nest. "Get to work." And move.
Okay.
Moves on.
Morgan's actually gonna purposely walk by him,
Okay.
and as she walks by, she's gonna whisper in his ear, "It's not the size that counts, it's how you use it, sweetheart."
Please continue antagonizing the officers.
Bro, the emotional damage that this man has suffered already.
Emotional damage.
You see the look in his eyes comes even more distant.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a
He's
slump
just-
in his shoulders. And
He's just
So
Yeah.
broken
yes,
already.
he's failed a fortitude save and has contracted depression.
Gotta catch them all.
Oh god.
Oh.
All right. So are you gonna climb up quick, or are you gonna take your time today?
Morgan is definitely gonna take her time this time. There's been way too many near-death experiences, and no ear to catch me this time. So we're
It's
gonna
wise.
we're gonna take it slow.
This is probably for the best. All right. Well, as you're taking your time, the sway of the ship does become more and more pronounced as you climb. But of course, true to their words, Ratline is chilling in the crow's nest, sleeping with his his feet up and just kind of arms behind his head, and he's just chilling. As you get up top.
Right. Morgan's just gonna kind of clear her throat to see if he'll wake up.
He doesn't immediately respond, but after a short time, his eyes, one of his eyes actually opens, and it turns towards you.
I'm supposed to report to you.
And he stops and considers your words for a second. And, he says, "Roll a d6."
Okay. Sit right.
Or 3. Okay, let me find out what a 3 means for you. If this hecking book wants to cooperate for me and show me the day-to-day. No, there was. You know what? Because this is misbehaving, we're just going to say... Oh, there we go. Finally found it. 3. So you get to stay in the upper rigging today. 50 feet off the deck of the ship.
Oof. All right.
So, yeah, you're going to be hard at work. And at some point, I'm going to come to collect a climb check from you. So, things will go well for you. Don't worry. Everything will be okay. And as you part to start your untrained rigging work, you see that Ratline just closes his eyes and just continues to lay there, unbothered. Yeah, so I guess that's where we'll leave that, unless there's anything else you wanted to do while you're dangling 50 feet off the deck.
Morgan's just gonna, I guess, ask him like if there's anything specific she needs to look out for.
He doesn't actually respond at all. Yeah, no, he just stays quiet.
Okay.
No, that's not fair. I think what he's going to say here is that he says, the last guy could figure it out. I think you can. Without opening his eyes at all. All right. So.
Yep.
That's good. So, yeah, Morgan, anything else that you'd like to do then? Before I take
Nope.
it downstairs? No? All right. Officer Rat, what are your first orders today as the gunnery officer?
So, as I recall from the previous time I inspected the cannons, they are in moderate to poor shape.
More poor than
So, I
moderate.
think yeah. So, I think I'm going to start by ordering Kipper, the other cannon hand, to assist me in starting to completely um, rip apart the first cannon on deck here
Okay.
and completely like retrofit it head to toe, get it like fully ship shape and ready to get fire.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. I dig it. I respect it. Okay. We'll figure out what I guess the appropriate role here would be like craft gunsmithing
So
and knowledge
Knowledge
engineering.
engineering?
Yeah.
knowledge engineering, because I actually think as a with the gunsmith feat, I don't need to roll craft
Oh, perfect.
guns like at
Oh,
all for
there you
anything.
go.
So
Okay. Yeah. So we'll go with knowledge engineering then.
yes, which is a big old +8.
Yeah. So we'll call. Well, I'm gonna say a 12 with
4 for a 12.
the assist from Kipper here. You guys are good. You know what you're doing. Take your time.
Yeah,
Clean her up.
exactly. You see Tazzik sort of like come alive as he starts to like shore up damaged wooden bracing and buff out rust spots on the cannons and things like that.
Oh, love it, love it. Rat in his natural habitat. I imagine he's loading himself into the cannon too to use his fur to sort of clean out the insides.
Now for that he'd use spook.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Spook is the chimney sweep here.
Yeah.
All right. Love it. Okay, cool. Other than that, anything you'd like to discuss with Kipper, or are you guys just working silently?
Um, I think I'm gonna just ask Kipper like how he came aboard the ship and how long he's been here. He, she.
Kipper is I think canonically Kipper is a he, but like honestly, looking at the token, I see, I see
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll ask undecided what.
undecided. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll stick. Yeah. Well, you know what? We're woke here. Well, we'll use they them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has,
yeah.
has Kipper
We don't
decided?
know.
Yeah, no pressure. We're a progressive horrible pirate ship.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Kipper just kind of stops and they consider for a bit and they go. Born on a ship, raised on a ship, bought onto this ship. Like guns, make big noise.
You and I'll get along just fine.
And they nod along with you for a few minutes and you just go to work.
Sure.
And they whistle. They whistle while they work. So, there
Sure.
you go. Yeah, you got that going for you. Oh, I should mention that Tam is actually purposely inside of the pen with the pigs. He looks very distraught, by the way. I should have mentioned that like right off the bat as you guys are leaving your room, but Tam is looking pretty down in the. Well, he's literally rolling in a pigsty. So, just something to keep in
Just
mind.
gonna leave him alone.
Maybe somebody
That's for the
explain
best
to
right
him
now.
what pork and pig is. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh. So you think so?
Or he learned to count mysteriously overnight.
Somebody edited his character sheet and he has 16 intelligence again. And you know what? Even with 6 intelligence, he's still not the dumbest person on this ship. I think you guys could guess who the dumbest is, though. Without much effort.
Clearly,
Yeah,
it's
that's
Ratline.
Of course. Of course.
Yep. Money's on Conchabar.
I mean, that is fact.
Conchabar is a 6 charisma character who thinks he has 26.
We all know that guy.
And he's me. All right, Eldon, Quint, what are you guys up to?
Eldon kind of raised an eyebrow when he saw Quint come in with dinner on his shoulder. Kind of took note of it. Didn't say anything, but kind of took note of it. and then just kind of, wiping down, getting ready for the day. Kind of seeing Quint come in though, Eldon kind of turn around and go, "All right, Master Chef, what's on the menu for today? What do we need?"
Well, I figured I'd bring dinner. It seemed to be a great motivator in the kitchen, and I know you got a soft spot for him.
We'll go with that.
He insisted on coming, so you can hold him if you like. But and as Quint is talking, he'll kind of stroll over and kind of assess everything. Say, well, our stores are pretty lackluster after the feast, so we should probably take it easy for today. But that doesn't mean we don't get to have a little bit of fun with it. Um, and you see as he's talking, again, it looks like he didn't sleep at all, but there is a weird energy behind his eyes, and he's giving off the energy of someone who like slept for 12 hours and then drank a cup of coffee. Yeah, so he looks like a bit of a zombie, but he's ready to rock. Yeah, we'll just keep things simple. We could probably get a stew going and make use of some of the rest of this hardtack in the corner that we bit into. Yeah, and he'll kind of start busying himself.
One thing I do want to mention here, because now that I'm actually looking at Kroop's character art, every time you refer to dinner as he or him, you get pecked on the head.
It is a chick.
Yeah, I know she has a bit of a soft spot for you there, Eldon, so I brought dinner along.
As long as she stays with you, I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll get along just great.
Dinner isn't paying much attention to you today, though, which is a nice change of pace. Not actively staring you down.
Nice.
However, you do realize that, like, as you get to work and you start prepping food and cooking or whatever, the tankard that you have had filled with your daily doses of water and grog definitely has something floating in it.
Little prestidigitation. Yeah, not even gonna think twice. Dump that out. Prestidigitation. Fill it up with new water. Just don't even blink at it. Just whatever. This is my life. This is fine.
You notice Quint doesn't even notice the sabotage and is like kind of putting a little bit of a black square fabric in the corner and grabbing some grain and throwing it down, and then just kind of putting his arm down so that Dinner can eat some more of this grain, whatever it is it likes to eat.
Generally speaking, chickens like food.
Excellent. Then you know what? I'm going to feed it food.
It's good. You feed your food so it can become food.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
And so as you guys are just kind of working, you notice after like a couple hours, remarkably late for someone who's usually so punctual, Grok makes her appearance and steps into the quartermaster's store and just begins going about her business, counting rocks. Yeah, so she shows up eventually, but she looks dead tired. Her eyes are more bloodshot than normal, and you can tell that the rocking of the ship is actually getting to her today, too. She's plumb tuckered out.
Wow.
Wonder what happened last night. No idea. Silence.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Quint kind of looks over, assesses her as she's doing, and is like, "Yeah, I'll talk to her later." Like, give her time to relax. And on that note, Quint is probably also thinking about what he's going to prepare for the captain, and just getting that together separately. As he's got a pretty good groove of immediately getting to work, prepping food, so he's going to keep that going.
All right. I dig it. Eldon, you're just working along?
Yeah, setting up, chopping veg, doing prep work, gotta get the stew rolling. All that kind of thing.
Oh, one other thing, actually. After the amazing pies yesterday, Quint, after mentioning kind of the plan that he was thinking, he's going to say, like, so what are you thinking, though, for food? Any ideas with what we got?
No, I'm good with the stew. I think you're right. I think stay in the captain's good graces. Don't waste any food we don't need to waste, and let's keep it simple for today. Get back to normal, as the captain said. So, best not to overdo it 2 days in a row.
Yeah, that works great. All right. He gets to work.
All right. I'll dig it. Dig it.
Did you want me to
Oh, don't
roll
worry.
anything, by the
The
way?
rolls are
Like
coming.
for cooking? All right.
The rolls are
You got it.
You know what? Actually, yeah, let's get the rolls out of the way now so I can get some more exciting things. So, Eldon, Quint, let's see these the appropriate rolls here.
Quint's going to use his adaptable luck, as he wants to do for the meal for the day. And he will give you that profession cook.
And for Eldon, that is a 19 for a 24 professional
very
sailor.
Man knows how to cook.
And that's a 24
Let's
profession
go.
cook.
We're synced up. We're going good today.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
rolling.
damn, I hope nobody throws a wrench in your
Like a
plans or
well-oiled
anything.
machine.
It's fine. We're making stew. What could go wrong?
As the
Yeah.
ship begins to tip over.
It's a nice, relaxing day.
He
Yeah.
dumps like $4,000 worth of saffron into the stew. This will be perfect.
Mm.
I think the worst thing that could happen to one of our stews is Croup comes in to help.
Well,
Yeah.
Has anyone checked Croup's pulse this morning?
Not important.
Secondary. He was snoring. He's fine.
It's fine. We heard him.
it's not just gas escaping. It's fine.
Woo!
Heel check? Uh-oh. What's that?
All
No.
right, Tazzik, I got your roll already with the knowledge engineering, so we're good there. Morgan, it's time for everyone's favorite rolls of the day. Morgan, can we see a climb?
Alrighty. Here goes nothing.
Take 10. Take 10. Don't do it.
No.
Take 10.
Do this. Let the dice lie where they lie. Let it be a story moment.
God.
Let's see this fatty natty. Come on.
Epic.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Morgan,
There
you
we
have
go.
definitely found your sea legs, and being 50 feet off the ground, while a bit unnerving, doesn't affect your climbing at all. And you're all set as you're jumping through these ropes, keeping the rigging healthy and alive, and opening up these sails as needed. And the only thing is, though, what sails do you open and when? Could we see a profession sailor? Nat one. Done. Critical fail. Boat's on fire.
I'm half tempted to stimulate
Oh.
the economy.
Nah, it ain't
Nah,
worth
it'll be
it.
fine.
Roll honestly and then reroll. It's the easy way.
Oh God.
You can do it if you want.
There we go.
Very nice.
All right, all right.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
All right. Not to spoil. You literally couldn't fail that roll. the profession sailor was DC 10. So you're good.
Okay, and I have a plus 10,
Yep, you're
so we're
On
good.
your perfect.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh man, how I gotta like go double check how I did your profession sailor because we got profession sailor skill check. Love it.
Oh,
No, that was me that did that. I remember. I think I know exactly when I did that, so that's easy to fix. But
Okay.
yeah, you're fine.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You're fine. You're jumping through there. You're a natural. See, Ratline had perfect confidence in you. You knew exactly what to do. And I'm so mad that Eru isn't here because I'd be making him roll a fortitude save right about now. Damn.
Roll it in secret. Keep
Roll in
track.
Secret keep track.
Got to keep track.
Yep.
That's a good plan actually. Let's roll this in secret.
He's got to know where he's at if he comes back.
Yep.
He's got mushrooming bodies emerging out of his chest cavity, and
Uh-oh.
All the PCs are level 6, and Iru joins the party, and he's level 3 with 3 fatigue.
There's 8 different
comes
diseases.
back as a bladed druid, guys. It's
Yep.
fine.
Yeah.
Mushroom zombie. Oh, don't worry, guys. No mushrooms here. I will say that you'll see lots of that in the Gestalt game, but not in this one. Mhm.
Interesting.
This one is more the trial run for the Gestalt. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Mm.
Okay, so Morgan, you're doing fantastic, and since you're the only party member on deck, and the man who's supposed to be manning the crow's nest is still sunbathing. Can you roll perception for me?
Okie dokie. This is where the nat 1 comes.
This is where you might want to stimulate the economy. Oh my
Oh!
Let's go.
No need.
That was a nat 20.
Clean natty 20.
Nat 20 for a 29 on the perception check. Look at that. Oh, I wasn't even concerned. All right, well, while you're working,
Morgan hears all.
you can't help notice that there's something quite large and scaly flying towards you. It has a wingspan in the ballpark of, and you kind of stick out your thumb as you're looking at it, trying to figure out what exactly is headed your way, and it looks like it's about 60 feet across.
Morgan's gonna turn over to Ratline and be like, "Oi, Ratline, something coming."
Ratline, who's still chilling in the crow's nest, you just kind of see his little hand stick his above, and he gives you a thumbs up, and doesn't actually say anything.
Like a dragon.
You see him stop, and would you like to roll knowledge nature for me? As he asks, "Are you sure about that?"
I do not have knowledge nature. I do have knowledge local.
Oh, you know what? In this particular case, I will accept knowledge local.
All right.
All right, for the 5 for a 10, I will give you this little bit of information. You've never heard of a dragon that doesn't fly without flapping its wings. And this one is pretty still as it's coasting towards the ship.
Morgan's just gonna turn to the Ratline again. We need to warn someone. Something's
He
coming.
looks at you like you're stupid and says, "Well, warn someone then," and just lays back down.
Oh, get him. Get him. You gotta let him have it.
Surrounded by idiots.
All right, Morgan, you do see that Officer Crine is manning the helm, with Stitchman and Scourge are keeping watch. Unless you want to do something crazy like Warren, like tell Sly first, who's still standing in her local spot, playing with her fancy knife.
Nope. Morgan is going to go and report it to the officers.
All right. I want to be really mean, but I've actually I want to be really mean to you and make you roll another climb check because you're in a rush, but I've made you roll enough skill checks in the last 5 minutes, so.
Yeah. Pretty sure there's ropes, so it's not a very hard
I was
check.
just fishing for the one, just for the hilarity of it. But okay, yeah, you make it down to Crine, and yeah, I mean, place yourself. Where are you standing when you warn them?
Well, Morgan knows she's not allowed on the upper deck, so she's definitely not going to rush up on the upper deck. But she will get as close as she can to the railing, to warn the Crine of what's coming.
Crine looks at you and look at who's speaking to her, and you see her her lips somehow tighten even further as she looks to Scourge and tells him to check it out. And Scourge, to his credit, takes a step towards the railing of the ship and pulls out his not telescope. Is it spyglass?
Oh,
yes.
spyglass?
There's a specific word for it. No, periscope is the one in submarines.
Yeah.
Spyglass. And he opens it up, and you see him turn a little pale as he shouts, "All arms on deck!"
Uh-oh.
Did you hear that? Did it say arms on deck? Ah, shit.
That's not good.
Tazzik's coming above deck, drawing his musket.
Quint grabs his underwater crossbow from under the table that he keeps in the galley. And
Eldon's going to take
he-
a couple seconds to... oh, go ahead. Sorry.
that's fine. I was gonna say he appreciatively like knocks on his chest, and you can see he's wearing studded armor.
Hey, he's the stud in the armor.
He says,
Nice.
"I hope you don't. You should try sleeping in armor. It works great, especially when you're on a boat."
Eldon kind of says, I don't need that stuff, and casts mage armor on himself. The shimmer
Yeah.
kind of going head to toe.
Kind of shakes his head. Always use protection.
Mm-hmm. Very important.
I learned that lesson already.
All right. Well, I will get you guys on deck here. How do you guys? I'm curious. Before I make this reveal, you as the players, not as the characters, as the players, what's flying towards you?
Some kind of drake.
It is Zeppelin.
That's right. Chile. You know, if any nation were to have zeppelins, it would be Chiliax.
Yep. So we
Drake-
know it's
Drake is a good
it's
guess.
scales. I
Scale,
would
it
think.
is. I said it has a 60-foot wingspan.
Gotcha.
60-foot
gotcha.
wingspan, scaled, and not
Yeah.
flapping, kind of gliding. Yeah, it got to be some kind of drake, or I don't know.
Could
I'm
be like
too
a
deep in. I'm not too deep in the bestiary yet. I got to make my knowledge checks.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say Boeing 747, but I think that's a little
Yes.
wider than 50
That's a lot
feet.
wider than 50 feet.
Not quite.
Not quite
scaly.
scaly either.
Yeah.
Might like at 50 feet, it might be a dash 8.
There we go.
All right.
Depending on how old it is, it might be scaly. Let's face it.
All right. Well, you guys get on deck, and you see that most of the crew aren't actually too concerned, really. I mean, like Conchabar is like, you know, he's getting himself all ruffled up and ready to flex. But for the most part, the more seasoned pirates don't really care. They're not really paying much attention. They kind of look up at Tazzik and Eldon and everyone as you guys are coming up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys will take care of it, right?"
Useless.
Yeah.
Useless.
Tazzik just looks around and goes, "If I take care of this myself, I'm getting another promotion. You know that, right?"
All right. So as you guys are preparing for the fight, you guys are standing on deck. The ship, the wind is still strong. The ocean itself is fine, and you can definitely see in the distance, coming from the direction of the sun, mind you, which would actually be this way from behind the ship. So you guys are wait, sunrise is in the east, right? Sunrise in the east. Yeah.
East.
Okay, yeah. So. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's actually coming from the direction I originally had it on. I'm not crazy. You guys are sailing eastwards. Perfect. Good. Yeah, you guys are sailing east after the... I've kept a mental map in my head. And, well, you guys do start to see that this kind of blip starts to take shape. There's two very wide wings stretch out from a central body that's quite skinny, not quite something you've ever seen before. It has an incredibly elongated neck with a beak that is, well, with a mouth that is roughly as tall as the average human by the looks of it. It's a
tall
large
mouth.
And you guys are about to see the most hilarious AI generated art of your lives, because my god, does this thing not do dinosaurs very well. As whatever the hell that is peeks its head.
I mean,
Knowledge time.
dinosaurs are
There are
birds.
birds, it's true. Let's
Let's
see some
go.
knowledge natures.
Don't have it. I'll roll it. Capped
Hey,
out 10.
He's
I
a
think.
16.
22.
Oh, okay, wait. Can I guess now? No, I
Yes.
know it's a dinosaur. I got a
You
toddler. I
guessed
can guess dinosaurs now.
Nope.
I was also the dinosaur kid, to be
I
fair.
believe
but
this is the star of its own book, kids book.
The start of its own kids book. I'm unfamiliar
Uh-huh.
with kids book.
Oh no, it might not be the one you're thinking of because they're not actually that big. 60-foot wingspan.
It
Is
is
it a
a Quetzalcoatlus.
Quetzalcoatlus?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Nice,
Let's
good call.
go. Let's go.
No, it's one of my favorite kids books. It's P is for pterodactyl, a terrible
Yes.
spelling book.
Kids for Pterodactyl
Yes,
is so
okay.
good.
I have heard of P is for
That's
pterodactyl.
awesome.
Don't worry, those comes later.
I knew that's the one you were talking about too. That's so good.
Yeah. So you guys are all like
Ah.
panicked as this thing is like coasting towards you, but it's not getting any lower, and it's not really doing much of anything actually. It's kind of tailing the ship now. And so it actually would have flown by you guys. And as it passes by, I'm going to ask that if you guys want to roll perception to take a good look at this thing as it sort of whiffs on by you.
Oh yeah, that's a 2 for a 1.
14.
All right, so I see a 20 from Morgan again. Her perception's so high she can see the future. So I'm actually going. I didn't actually acknowledge
15 from
Tazzik's
Tazzik.
22 to the knowledge nature, so I will acknowledge it now by saying, Tazzik, you know damn well that you guys are not equipped to fight one of these things at all. They are known to carry off prey one at a time over the course of several days. And they are quite meaty and healthy creatures.
That just gives me more chances to shoot it.
But it passes by the ship, completely uninterested, really, by the looks of it. And Morgan, as it passes by and the sun finally clears from your eyes a bit, you see something rather interesting about the Quetzalcoatlus. It has somebody riding on its back. And there's not much you can see from down here. You get the shimmer of what looks like maybe like a quick glance of like bony looking armor and wild hair, but as quickly as it's there, it's flown past and is now tailing the ship from a healthy distance away, far out of reach of any sort of artillery or firearms or spells that you guys may have on you. Wink. And yeah, it's just kind of
boy.
chilling back there. I'm gonna leave it on screen so it's reminded that it's there, but it's considerably farther, we'll say. And as it passes by, there's like this moment of silence, as most of the people on the ship have never even witnessed one of these things. They've heard stories, of course, but they've never witnessed one. And well, Rosie is the first to scream as something small lands on the deck next to her. Oh, come on. Work with me. I'm getting so much freezing right now. I don't know if you guys are getting this on Foundry.
No.
It's all good.
But, like, I'm as a tiny little dude, lizardy dude, just kind of lands beside her and starts snapping at the air. It's just a dude. And I'm like completely frozen now. There we go. And then another one like passes by and lands next to Syl. Or Sly, not Syl. That's her actual name, but I don't want to make that association. I like Syl too much. And then there's two more that kind of land in the middle of the deck. And you guys are starting to realize there's a whole gaggle of these things. These small looking bird, like not quite toothy, whatever these things are, as more and more land on the deck and begin snapping and growling at whatever party member, whatever crew members are nearest to them.
Tonight we dine on dinosaur.
Prehistoric chicken, anyone?
What's a chicken?
It's what's for dinner.
Tonight. So, in the immortal
It's
words
dinner.
of a million DMs before me, roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Don't do me dirty, please. This is not the
Want to
time.
get some?
Finally, I
You know
don't
what?
have to
Roll
hide
initiative.
below
Just
deck.
combat
Oh.
for you guys to roll initiative,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah, great.
2, 4, 6, 8. Oh no.
I hope there isn't any more of them.
Listen.
Okay, come on. Stop being so slow.
So good.
Oh, God bless you, Morgan.
Taking it sweet time.
I like my odds now. I say that, but here we go.
Ooh, all right.
Yes. Not impatient today. Let's go.
Let's see. Yeah, 8 of them, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
All right. I should have added, when I had them all grouped up, I should have added them to the tracker.
Hmm.
Instead, I have to do this all one at a time, like some sort of chump. But now I can actually roll them all at once. Oh boy. Oh, Eldon, you're top of the party's initiative. You're fine. But I like how it's a pretty even spread of like two dinosaurs, party member, 2 dinosaurs, party member.
Yeah.
Ah, ran for
Pretty
Rinkus. I
great.
knew it.
He's like, I knew it. I knew it, goddammit.
I've only looked through the dinosaur part of the bestiary a
wait,
couple times.
See, this character art actually turned out pretty good. I'm actually quite happy with how these guys looked. And it left me with a false sense of security for what the
Decent.
other ones would look like. All right, so top of initiative, we have the first ramp for... I don't actually know how to pronounce that. Ramphorhynchus.
Ramphorhynchus.
All right. Ramphorhynchus, first
Yep.
one. Where are you? You're the
Run
one
for mayor.
standing right next to... Well, not quite right next to Quint. There is one considerably closer to Quint. Awesome. So this guy is actually going to immediately look around, realize there's no one within biting distance, and take off flying again. So as he's taking off, he needs a bit of a running
Interesting.
start, and Eldon, he's going to pass right through your AoE, if you have one that you'd like to take against him.
I do. I have a dagger on me. So I will take a little swipe. I may as well. Where is my dagger? It's right there. There it goes. All right, let's see if this works. Yeah. That is a... Right, I think that did. Yep.
Yeah.
12 to hit.
12 to hit for 1 damage. A 12, unfortunately, does not hit as you swing wildly at this thing that starts running towards you and quickly takes off, and it flies over your head, just narrowly avoiding the dagger. And I was hoping there was like a status here that would make it look like it was flying, but we're just gonna...
I think there's a wing.
There a wing? Let's see.
Or there is actually a way to...
You can
there's
actually
a way.
set their height.
Yeah, if you right-click on the token, the top left 0 is height.
Yeah. Oh, that makes so much sense.
So you can set how high they are. And I think everyone can see that because that tells us how high they are above the ground.
All right. I think I just said it. Did I? No, I did not. Let's try that again. There we go. There you go. 10 feet.
10 feet.
Plus
10 feet.
That's actually so cool. I love this system. I love this. Foundry's so
Foundry's
good.
great.
So good. All right.
Great.
So that's what that one's doing. Okay. So next on initiative, we have... Oh, let me begin the combat first. And now that one went. We have the other. This one. This one is a similar deal. There's no one in direct biting distance, so it's going to take a running start as well to begin taking flight. And that'll be another 10 feet off the ground. Yeah, Riara's Officer Crine doesn't actually pay much heed to them at all. She's more concerned on keeping the ships true than the actual little... She, like... The more seasoned pirates don't seem at all concerned about these dudes being on the ship. And that'll bring us to the first Eldon. How are you doing?
All right. What do we want to do today? Okay. Kind of look at this one that's floating 10 feet above my head or so.
Mhm.
And I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to kind of do a little hand gesture, stick my hand out at it, and I'm going to cast an ear-piercing scream.
Ooh.
So that is 11 sonic damage
All right. DC 17 for half. Is that right?
for half and to negate the
And so
daze.
you can negate the days. All right. Let's see here. Where is your fortitude? Make that public. Let everyone see it. Come on. She. All right. So it is dazed, and I believe because it's dazed, well, it's flying. Does it fall? Never actually.
Dazed isn't stunned. It just means they can't take
They just
action.
can't take
I don't think they fall.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they fall with
Perfect.
dazed.
For 1 round, takes 1. All right. So for 11 damage, however, it doesn't matter as this thing's ears explode and like a poof of blood, and it like falls like just like not even unconscious, like dead. You killed this thing. Dead.
Nice.
No, you said that was the one that was 10 feet above you, right? So that was this guy right.
Yeah, the one that was that went first.
Kill.
Deceased.
No
No
longer
longer
in
in
the
the air.
It is the kill. All right. Is there anything else that you can do?
I think I am good. I'm not going to move anywhere. I'm just going to sit tight. I think I'm good where I am.
All right. Love to see it. Okay. What? Okay. So I'd love to see it. All right. Next one we have. Which one is this guy? The one that's actually standing right next to Quint. Quint, my friend, how you doing, buddy?
He looks very invigorated and very excited to be out in a battle and not have to hide. Even being charged by this chicken.
Does an 8 hit you?
With his studded leather armor, he handily dodges
Love
out
to
of the
see
way.
it. Handily dodging. That's what's important in life. All right, perfect. So that'll be the next one on the initiative tracker. Is, of course, the one standing next to Rosie. Guys, I hope somebody will come save good old Rosie Cusswell. Because Rosie is definitely one who is in need of help. Oh, do I have to actually do that? That is so frustrating. That's fine. Everything's fine. And with oh geez, Rosie is freaking out. She's screaming a little bit, but the thing just kind of bites at the air in front of her, not finding any purchase in innocent Rosie's flesh. As we go to Officer Rat.
Tazzik is going to load his gun and fire at the one that's in the air, since he's one of our major range dealers.
All right.
So let me just make sure I have the right one.
Yep.
You know what? I'll use an alchemical shot for it, too. Just to make sure this bugger actually dies. That's a 22 for 19 damage. It might have been a little overkill.
That might have been a little bit overkill. As you line up your shot, you squeeze the trigger. This is actually the first time you fired your gun on this campaign, so it's only natural that it's a high roll. As you turn this poor, innocent, hungry bird lizard thing into a puff of red mist.
Tazzik is an officer that leads by example.
You guys are starting to get the sense why no one's really concerned about these particular little buggers.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. So we got that. Alright, this one. Where is this one? This one is standing close to Sly, who has not at all reacted since this since they've appeared. And so he takes a hesitant step forward towards her. And, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here when he goes for the bite. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, so that is 1 damage. against Sly, who I guess some of you can actually kind of see from where you're standing. She doesn't react much at all, but you just turn to face the little lizard bird, and you see her tongue stick out as she like licks her lips and stares down at this little creature. She's well in the head, guys. Don't worry. All right, that one was that guy that went. So we got Quint.
Okay, so Quint kind of takes a real quick 5-foot step backwards, out of reach of this little prehistoric chicken, and he shouts to the crew. He says, "We do not feast in celebration of past victories. We feast to ensure tonight's victory. And I think we did a pretty good job yesterday." And at that, he casts Bless. And all allies within 50 feet feel imbued with fury from
50
the
feet
Pallid
of you?
Princess.
Holy crap.
That's right. So let me just go ahead,
There you go.
click that. And it is every single person on deck that I can see. Oh, except for
Yeah, but how many
Jack
of them do you
Scrimshaw.
consider
Sorry,
allies?
Jack. Good
Because
point.
I can tell you how many of them
realistically,
consider
in
you
this case.
allies.
Good point. Up to them if they want to accept my divine
Yeah,
boon.
most of them don't really notice anything happening, but yeah, let's see. For you in particular, with your friendship ratings with most of these people, the party members feel invigorated. I'll give you that. Grok unfortunately
Perfect.
stayed below deck. Something
Nice.
hungover.
And in Foundry, I think your quickest method to do that is under Compendiums, go to PF Buffs and look up Bless and drag it onto your sheet. There'll be a spot for temporary buffs.
Love it.
Cool. And that's his standard action. I should have asked. Everyone is like full health, right? I think this has been like just a couple turns. Cool. Yeah, and that's Quint's whole turn.
Alrighty. Quint's whole turn. Nicely done, Quint. So next up is this one here, who will have the running start and actually go heading towards you guys. And this one will go 10 feet up off the ground. And the next one, I believe, is this guy who, same deal. Running start, 10 feet off the ground. And then the last one, that is standing up on deck, will, same deal. Running start, get within swinging distance of Riara's Crine, as she doesn't even really stop to look, but you see her let go of the helm as she like lines up her fist and just backhands this thing into the deck. There is a sickening crunch, and the creature is just dead on the ground at her feet.
Damn.
Vermin. And Morgan.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to get the buff onto the character
Yeah,
sheet.
no worries. Take your time.
I guess I'll say out loud. Bless gives you a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and on saving throws against fear.
Okay. Fingers crossed I'm doing this correctly. Okay. All right, well, Morgan is going to draw her rapier and go for
The throat.
the throat of the one that's in front of I guess Quentin Eldon.
All right. The poor innocent baby. What has it done to you?
Oh, why am I not able to move?
Oh, you
We
moved on
did
my
try to
screen.
take out our cook.
That was weird.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay, it is. Wait. Yeah, no, it's not moving on my screen, so hopefully I'm right in front of
You're
it.
right in front of it on mine.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Okay.
right, so that was a. What was there? We got 26. 26 to hit. Yes, you hit for 7 damage. You've skewered the poor dinosaur. The poor what are these things called again? What'd you call them?
I mean, now it's teppanyaki.
The
The
teppanyaki.
Shish kebab now.
Delicious.
That one is the dead. Phew.
Right.
All right. And now. Wow. These things are disappearing quicker than I thought. You guys are halfway through them. Eldon, it's your turn.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of turn and look at one of the ones that's 10 feet up. This one, and we're gonna go with a jolt. Send out a little zap of lightning. That is a 12 to touch.
With Joel. I'm sorry, which one were you targeting? Oh, I see there. Yeah, I see your blue dot there. Yeah.
I think
so
it's
12.
Yeah.
12 to its touch. That is actually a whiff. Yeah, it was close though. You almost got there. Small buggers. Exactly.
Small buggers.
They are tiny sized, in case you guys were wondering. So tiny little dudes. All right. So next, Eldon, something. As you're turning to face this thing, you see a shadow kind of pass across the deck of the ship really fucking quickly. As a similar shaped creature to the Quetzalcoatlus, but considerably smaller, comes into view and flies across the ship, and you hear it pass over the crow's nest. There's a thud as it continues to fly off ever so quickly, with a familiar looking rigger in tow.
Ah, crap.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh dear.
Yikes.
It's fine. I'm sure he'll be okay. I should say that this guy is, with him being... Yeah. He's right at the top of the... Yep.
Right.
He picked him up off the crow's nest and started flying off there. Why are you... Okay, there we go. So making the token visible doesn't actually make it visible in the tracker, apparently. That is kind of hilarious.
Interesting.
All right. Knowledge nature checks to identify the creature. Oh, it's in the tracker?
It's in the tracker.
That's fair. Pterodons, man.
Sorry.
Gotta love the pterodons.
Yep. Well,
All right. Damn, tracker ruining my immersion.
I will still roll for you.
versions.
That's a 20?
Oh,
Ooh.
28.
28.
20 for a 28.
20 for a 28. All right.
Wow. And mine is a
Right,
16 again.
And a 20 for a 28. Yeah, you know pterodons are considerably harder to kill than their smaller cousins that you guys have been making short work of. And yeah, at the appearance of the pterodon, the more seasoned vets do actually look a little concerned. But again, keeping the ship on track.
Bet you wish you took my god's blessing now.
Your god is bad and you should feel bad.
That's very close-minded of you
Yes,
to say.
I wonder what alignment the pallid princess is. Definitely.
Definitely lawful good.
All right, so back on track here. This one is taking another swing at poor innocent little Rosie, and just for the sake of expediting the process, misses entirely. I'm just gonna roll physical dice because it'll be quicker. And Rosie again. Rosie didn't actually get a turn last time, so I'm gonna give her a turn right now. As she is actually genuinely freaked out by this little creature, and like goes to stomp on it, but in her like freak and haste and like her tense up as she misses and just kind of stomps the ground in front of it as it dodges around and like hisses at her. Tazzik.
Tazzik is going to look between Rosie panicking at the little thing, and Ratline legitimately being dragged away, and just go, all right, and goes to take a shot at the big creature that's holding Ratline instead of the little one.
All
So
right.
this is going to be a shot with one range increment. So it is going to be a -2.
Let's watch Tazzik just trivialize this encounter and one shot him.
I mean, I can't fully one-shot it. I don't think. It's an 18 for 17 points of damage.
On the battery at the fili at the speed of the all right, 18 is
I'm
a
sorry.
hit. It is a strong hit as you find purchase in the creature's chest, and it lets out a sickening cry, dropping Ratline.
I mean,
Creature
he can
is
survive a 60-foot fall.
Yeah, I'm sure the guy with 2 levels
Yeah.
in worker, is that what the class is? I can't actually remember. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
He'll be unconscious. He'll be
Fine.
fine.
that's what we
Right.
have
Aristocrat.
at least some kind of doctor for.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so it is. Yeah, all right. Yeah, the pterodon is still pretty good. I love this character art. It's so bad. It's so bad yet so good.
It's the
Yeah,
prettiest
there's nothing
dinosaur.
saying that these dinosaurs have to look like our dinosaurs. And Liam wanted me to point out on stream that they're not actually dinosaurs.
Hmm.
Very true.
They are reptilian creatures.
They're pterosaurs.
Yes, pterosaurs
Whole
are
category
a whole
of themselves.
category.
And Ratline falls onto the main deck from 60 feet above. Well, I guess it'd be 50 feet because that's the raised deck.
Yeah,
So that's 5d6 damage.
I think so.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I only have 4d6 on hand, like some idiot, so we're going to do this the fun way.
That's not awful.
That's not awful. That's pretty, pretty average.
That's pretty average. Pretty average.
16. That is, he is unconscious. Alive,
Perfect.
but unconscious, with a sickening crunch as you swear you hear some bones break from the distance you're at. So I'm going to put him unconscious. So, not dead, not blind. Is there not an unconscious one? Yeah, we'll call him stunned. There we go. That'll work for now. And I'll just move this guy back to on top of him where he was. All right, so that brings us to, that was your turn, Tazzik, right? You don't have any other secrets?
That's it.
Cool. Well, you managed to put a shiny, big, bloody hole in the first pterodon. First? That's right, there's a second.
Uh-oh.
And this one comes swooping down at an alarming pace. If it can move on my screen, please. There we go. No, wait, you're supposed to be in combat. What are you doing? Yeah, that's not what it rolled before, but fine.
Yeah, you can always just adjust it.
Yeah, can I adjust it?
I think you can modify it.
I hope
think
so.
you modify the
Otherwise,
tracker.
that's rough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, initiative. There we go. So it was right after Tazzik. Tazzik, you're an 18, so I'm just going to put this guy as a 17. And that'll put him back where he was supposed to be. And you guys can see him okay as he comes in and swoops down to the bow of the ship and picks up the local child of Jack Scrimshaw.
Oh,
And-
Jack, we don't care about him.
Just picks up Spook. I think if I kidnap Spook,
Shame.
I'd have my players rioting against me. And since he
No, that's just how we go on an adventure into the dinosaur land
Yep,
to
it's a good hook.
rescue Spook.
go save Spook. You guys find him 6 months later.
He's level 20.
He's bones now.
Yeah.
6'8".
All right.
He wasn't a halfling. He was just a malnutrition Goliath.
Yep.
No, no. On a list of things that are okay.
Oh,
that is
no.
not one of them.
Oh no.
All right. Sly is now taking a look at her current prey, and she just kind of stares the thing in its eyes, locking onto it. And the creature like stares back, and there's this like weird intensity between the two of them as she reaches out with one of her hands, not holding the knife, and she gently pets the side of the creature's face with the back of her hand. And there's this like calm moment between the two of them as she slips her dagger into the thing's rib cage, and it bleeds and dies. And of course,
Golf clap.
of course,
That was
she
interesting.
also licks the blade because Sly's fine. She's mentally okay, guys. There's nothing to worry about. Quint, it's your turn.
Well-adjusted individual.
This time it was
That's
animal
true.
blood, at least. So Quint, the previous turn, he had his crossbow kind of nestled in the crook of his arm. He has his left arm up as he blessed everyone. And so he's looking around at all of the flying birds. Now, this guy over here, it's 60 feet up, and I did some trigonometry. It's approximately 100 feet away. Now, let me double check. I figured out the hypotenuse,
That gets you a hero point.
unironically. My apologies. I was just double checking the range increment of my weapon because that's not something I often think about. Yeah. So in this case, because it's an
Longbows are
underwater light crossbow,
Mm,
it is 80 feet. So he's going to take a shot at it outside of the first range increment. So I believe that's a
It is.
-2. And yeah, he's not going to buff himself. He feels comfortable where he is. So he will take that shot. I don't know if it's going to add the bless automatically. So I might have to just say
Yeah.
an additional +1 out loud.
we'll find out.
Wow, that's a lot of things. Yes, it did add it. So 17.
17.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, okay. Wait, what? Where?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Let me reveal that.
Can't believe you would hide the roll from a DM. How could you?
I know, right? Unironically, I am happy to re-roll it since I rolled it off the
No,
table.
17's fine. You can't edit it once it's rolled, I don't think. And you said you were aiming for this one?
It's true.
For
Yes,
4
that's
damage.
right.
All right, so you do
That's
get the
right.
satisfaction of seeing your bolt find purchase in its skin, but it still maintains its flappy flaps and is hovering above the ground.
And I would know that this isn't
This
an
is not an
aquatic
aquatic
animal,
animal.
right?
No,
Cool.
that comes later, when giant tentacles start peering up from the side of the ship. Have you guys?
No, thank
have
you.
guys seen the ending of Dead Man's Chest? Because taking heavy inspiration.
This is how I get in trouble by firing all the weapons in sequence, or like all the cannons in sequence, because I prepared them and one-shotting your frickin' Kraken.
You've blown off all 17 of this thing's tentacles. Oh fuck.
Quint's gonna stay where he is. Oh, movement action. He'll reload his crossbow,
Smart,
and that's his
smart.
turn.
Smart. All right, this one is. Now, let me just double check something really quickly about these dudes, because I was genuinely concerned I wasn't going to be able to use their special attack because you guys were just melting them so quickly. It's almost like they have 4 HP.
Too tiny.
Oh man. Yeah, they're CR 1/3. I love them so much though. They're just such cute little dudes. Also, pterosaur wise, there's a wide variety. I've brought out I think 3 out of the 5 that are in.
I mean, if we capture one, we can make it and dinner fight it out.
Oh, that's how that works. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
We have Pokemon at
Pokemon
home.
at home. Okay. So the creature is actually going to this one is, let me just double check. It's flight. Okay, perfect. Yeah, well within. This one's coming for you, Eldon. It's charging right at you in the air.
Well, that's fun.
As it flies towards you, and I think if I do this right, I'm going to target you, and then I'm going to select that. Did that do anything? Did that roll anything? Does something roll? No, nothing rolled. Okay, perfect.
Not
And then
yet.
if I do that...
Oh.
Oh,
Whoa! Whoa!
no!
15 does. It's not a touch attack,
It is
right?
not a touch attack.
Okay, 15 does not confirm.
All right, perfect. So
So,
you do
That is a
you
hit.
do
though.
take. I think that didn't work properly. Let me double check how sudden. Yeah, so you take an additional 2 damage because of a charge from its bite attack.
Got it.
Yes, that's
So I take
you take
3.
3 damage.
All right. I have been
And I
poked.
believe it's now on the ground in front of you. I don't believe it is. I believe it's no longer flying. I'm not sure if that's
Right.
up.
Or 5 feet up or
Yeah,
something.
much.
Or 5 feet up
Yeah.
or something like that.
Let's try. Also gains. Yeah, so the special ability of these guys is that you can't actually make attacks of opportunity on them while they're charging while flying.
makes sense.
Oh, cool. Cool.
And then they get that sick bonus that literally
Plus
plus 2. 3 times their potential damage. All right, I'm going to unselect you, and that's that one's turn. As I believe the next one is, the one that's going to fly. Does it have enough space to charge Quint? I don't think so, because it needs 10 feet, right?
Minimum 10 feet. Yeah, I can't. Well, it's 10 feet up.
10 feet. Oh, that's
technically,
true. It is
but-
10 feet up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I can't.
So I think it would just about have 10 feet of movement
I'll
space.
call it 10
Yeah.
feet of movement space.
You could.
Yeah,
I
as
think
it,
you
as
could
it charges
fandangle it.
Quint
Yeah.
for the same deal. So I'm just gonna go like this time because it doesn't seem to work with that sudden swoop. So that is a miss.
It's a miss.
Awesome. It crashes into the ground beside you then. Ground right next to you, and that's that one's turn. So now we go to Morgan.
Morgan's gonna actually make her way towards the one that's freaking out Rosie.
All right. Perfect. So
See.
it's you have 30 feet of move, right? So be able to.
Yep. Which brings me diagonal to Spook, I believe.
If it wasn't for the stairs, you could have charged and gotten there because I think charge doubles your movement, right? I remember, or is that just run? I forget how it works. There's so many different combat options.
Yeah.
Either way, there's stairs in the way, so wouldn't have worked. But okay, so you're moving your way towards Rosie, who is still actively freaking out at this thing that is at her feet, and that brings us to the. Is there anything else that you'd like to do, Morgan?
Aside from looking at the thing and that's out there and just going, "Ugh, I wish I had my pistol." Nope, not
All right.
much.
So we go to top of initiative. Sparky Boy.
Well, speak of which, Eldon is going to. They're tiny size, correct?
Those ones are tiny sized, yes.
Yeah, obviously not the big ones, but. Okay, yeah, Eldon is going to mutter a little incantation, do a bit of a gesture with his 2 hands, and his entire left arm is going to be wreathed in lightning as lightning arcs across all of his tattoos.
Okay.
And then I'm going to reach out and basically try to make contact with the one right in front of me and just kind of discharge the spell on it.
I like it. So this is against a touch.
Yeah, this is a melee touch.
That's a lot of dice.
Grasp of the shocking.
That's an 18 to touch, and that is 16 electrical damage.
All right,
Nice.
16 electric.
That was a lot of ones, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Actually, two ones, 2 5s. That was not
Yep.
terrible, but...
Yeah. All right. So
bang on even.
You touch the thing.
Yeah.
And it yeah, it smells like chicken.
Boom.
It boom.
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 Yeah.
Where there once was, there now isn't. It is the kill.
All right. And then I'm also going to move kind of to right next to the mast, where I'm a little bit closer to most of the crew,
Mhm.
and I kind of have a better position to be in range of pretty much everybody around, just in case.
All right, I dig it. So
Perfect, actually.
now we got this one. This pterodon who's had its prey taken from it.
I mean, it can go back for him.
Could go back for him.
He is unconscious. He is an easy meal right now.
Or he's going to start flying downwards at a rather alarming speed as it dives towards. Let me just try to do quick math here, how this would work. Well, I'm just going to call it for what it is, and he's going to be 10 feet off the ground and roughly right there looking at Tazzik.
Got an AC of 18. Let's go.
Yeah, AC of 18. How's your combat maneuvers against large creatures?
I'm a small creature, and I can still fire my gun if I'm grappled.
Perfect.
I think.
You'll
Probably
be
not.
fine as it picks you up and travels 50 feet straight up into the air.
Yeah.
I only had one tattoo.
It's gone.
It's gone. I don't have that anymore.
All right, this one is going to take a bite at Rosie, and it's the third 3 it's rolled in a row. And it misses Rosie as Rosie takes a blind stomp at it. And this is level 1 combat, everybody. How you guys liking it?
Close enough.
Good
Having
enough.
fun.
Good enough. Tazzik, it's your turn.
I am going to look at the one who's like about to fly towards me, and look at the other one and go, the one that's got Jack.
Mhm.
Like crap. And I'm gonna take a shot at the one that's is suspending Jack above the ocean
Oh, I love it. Okay.
in an attempt to save someone else.
Hmm. Well, it's hopefully Jack knows how to swim.
He's been on ship long enough. If he doesn't, it's his own fault.
Hmm.
That one is far enough away that it's a -2, and it won't be. I think the touch AC, unfortunately. Did it roll? Select. Oh, sorry, that one. That I don't think rolled. Let me see, can I do that again?
Yeah, no worries.
Actually, I'll measure first just to make sure I'm not.
Yeah, no worries.
Two. It's actually 2 range increments with the diagonal, I think. So I'll be a -4.
All right, you'll be fine. They don't have that high AC. They are large creatures.
Oh, and honestly, as long as I don't roll a 1 or a 2, actually it's my gun, so I'm much better off with that.
Mhm.
Even still.
Mm.
-4. Single attack.
No
chemical
misfires.
shot. Why is this not rolling?
Might just
It
be
might be.
server lag.
I did disconnect for a minute there.
Yeah.
That is always fun. Let's see, am I server lagging? Oh, I am server lagging. Oh, and then suddenly it all just caught up at once. So
Yeah. So we might get
I'm
2
actually
rolls
okay
for
right now.
damage
all
or
right.
for attack.
Haven't seen anything yet show up.
Mm-hmm.
Third time's a
Same.
charm.
Oh.
Fingers crossed.
Say, let's go 3 for
Is
3.
your gun loaded? I guess it would tell you.
But
if
I
it
mean-
wasn't.
The unfortunate nature is it would. I should have.
Don't worry, just
Well, that is a good question. Is his gun loaded?
Yep. I've got the ammo.
Mhm.
Still have plenty of that.
Do you have rapid
I
reload
do
yet?
actually. I got rapid reload for muskets at first level because of gun.
Nice.
Sorry, musket master.
because gunslingers
Yeah.
are.
So that makes it a
bullshit.
move action.
Sorry, I'm using my move action. That's why I haven't actually moved from this spot. I'm
Yeah.
using my move
Yeah,
action
I
to
figured it
reload.
was move actions to
I just love
reload.
how
Yeah.
you're staring down your potential death, and you're like, "I'll save the other guy." That's
Yeah.
dedication.
Oh, is that why? That might be why. That's Probably
My
why.
character sheet acknowledges this is not the best move for self-preservation.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Ooh.
There it is.
That is a
Oh,
19 for 13 points of damage.
All right. All right. Damn you. 13 points of damage. Okay. So it's
Thankfully, he's falling into water
that's right.
because he's a child.
Actually. Yeah, no, he's falling. He's falling. There was a chance that he could have made the self-imposed saves that I put on these things on this encounter, but yeah, no. Jack Scrimshaw is currently in the water. You have dropped Officer Crine's son in the water as the ship is sailing away.
Better than having him fall into the be taken away by the obviously going to eat him bird.
Obviously. All right.
Ooh! I haven't used my move action to reload. I think it's in my best interest to use my move action to jump over the railing into the water.
Okay.
I can catch Crine's son, and I won't get caught by the bird.
Okay.
Hey, yo, that's a play.
All right.
How is your
Into
swim?
I can take 10.
He can take 10 at any time.
Oh God, Gods, the ship's sinking.
No, I can't fall into the water.
You can't heroically dive into the water. Let me heroically dive you into the water. You grabbed onto a rope, right? You're sitting there ready to catch the boy.
Sure, rope.
There's ladders on the side. There's rope ladders on the
You didn't
side.
get your gunpowder wet, did you?
I have a waterproof bag for the gunpowder, actually. And the powder horn, which keeps it dry.
Cool. I dig it. All right. Well, Tazzik, you have... All right. Love it. Love to see it. That's a great move. It's a great move. All right. It's the one you just shot's turn. And so it's going to stop in the air and look down at its prey and consider and find some tastier prey in the halfling that's standing near the front of the ship. And it's going to actually...
All right.
Oh, it can exactly move enough to pick up Rosie, who is too involved in the little guy to notice the big one. No, that's not what I meant. What happened? How did that happen? So yeah, Rosie, you're good. He would actually have her, so we move. That's one more. So and then he would be just about 5 feet off the ground at that point. If this character sheet wants to do things for me. There you go. That's that one's turn. Rosie is Morgan can reach out and tickle her feet if she tried.
I say Morgan can just jump at the thing.
Quint, it's your turn.
Can I?
It's only 5 feet up. It's kind of just barely off the ground with Rosie, so you could probably even reach it without having to jump. As a full size human.
Okay. A lot of things that could happen. Quint has the loaded crossbow ready to go. He wheels around and he sees the Quetzalcoatl, or not Quetzalcoatl, it's the Pteranodon pick up Rosie, and he takes a 5-foot step directly downwards to the south to get out of reach of one of the dinosaurs. Semantics. And he will point his free hand, his left hand, he'll kind of reach it out, and it's almost like he's trying to grab hold of the creature's neck from a distance as he casts Murderous Command on the dinosaur. And let's see what happens.
Let's go.
There, guys.
So I am casting it on the one that is hovering 10 feet. 5, 10. Yes, so I'm casting it on the one hovering 10 feet above the deck, closest to Quintus. It's not the one that's actually holding Rosie, since the other one's too far away. And it is a DC 15 will save. And all it needs is a living creature.
Crazy. There's no actual
That's
it's not a language.
so
It's
good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. I was wondering if there was a
We've all
language
learned it
thing.
with
That's
Growl,
sick.
that check for languages. All right. So
Yeah.
DC 15 will. Ooh, do dinosaurs have? Or sorry, pterosaurs. Please don't cancel me, Liam.
I know, right? It's okay. I called him that 20 seconds
all right.
ago.
Oh no, this isn't good. Oh,
No.
Animals
Animals
with
with
will
will saves? Nah, dog.
that's okay.
That ain't
That's
it.
pretty spectacular.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna make this public. You guys can see. See what happens. Oh,
Love to see it.
oh
That ain't it, champ.
damn. Oh,
Amazing.
I'm so looking forward to carrying off at least one of you, but no. No.
So Quint just looks really angry and he pumps all of that concentrated anger directly into the psyche of this creature. And in his head, he's hoping it's going to go attack the other one. But mechanically speaking, it has to go on its turn, move to its closest ally and attack it.
Which is, well, just because they showed up at the same time doesn't mean they're allies. This thing
true.
is more
That's
prey
entirely
to
fair.
it than ally. So, yeah, I think
Yep.
towards
An argument could be
the
made.
nearest ally.
Pterosaur on Pterosaur
Ayo.
violence? Ayo?
Interesting. This is gonna be an interesting one. As
Darn, we could have sold tickets.
soul tickets, he says. All right, Quinn,
Yeah.
nicely done. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
That's
All right,
his
so
whole
now we
turn.
go to the one that's in the middle there, and it's going to hop next to Eldon and take a bite at his ankles.
Oof. Oh,
I think that's 1 damage.
Barely. Yeah.
oh! I should have
Does it?
asked earlier. So Eldon, you only took 3 damage so
Correct.
far.
I've not hit
beforehand.
5 yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not hit 5 yet. This is only 4
That's
now, so I'm still not there yet.
Oh man.
Which is fine.
Everything's
Fine. We're good. We're
fine.
chilling.
All right, so with you,
Yep.
at that. All right, Morgan.
Yeah.
Sick 'em.
I'm just quickly reading if I can use frighten before I do anything.
You'd have to really crush and intimidate to frighten it, I think,
Yeah.
because you need a 4-round duration. So you need to beat its DC by like 10 or 15.
I mean, that isn't out of the realm of possibility for her.
No, true. But that would be your standard too. So
This thing's 5 feet off the ground, so I'd have to jump, correct? To potentially get onto it to attack, or
No, you're. I
Yeah,
mean,
probably
you're
just stab
5
it.
feet up
you're
from where
you're 5 feet up, so I think you could reach it, right? You could.
Yeah, it would
She's
be like
5'8",
right above your
so-
head, basically.
Yeah, it's like right above your head. You can swing at it from where
Yeah.
you're standing.
all right, and Morgan is going to swing at it.
All right, let's see. All right. Sorry, I'm dealing with a spam bot in my chat here, and I can't figure out how to delete the message.
Unacceptable.
But
Oh.
it's fine. Whatever. NBD. What do we got here? Rapier, 12 to hit. It is just out of your reach. You stab at it as it gets an upswing with its wings, and all you find is air. Rosie yells at
Alrighty.
you. It's careful! You almost hit me. As we go to the top of the initiative tracker with Eldon, who's currently in melee with a thing a fifth its size.
Yeah. All right. New plan. It's gonna have to be. Yes. Okay. So, how far away is Rosie right now? Rosie is 65 feet. Okay, so I can make that happen. So I'm going to go 5, which provokes
Which provokes tiny.
if they can if they can take attacks opportunity on tiny
I'm gonna
creatures.
say
I don't
yes,
remember.
but it's probably not gonna hit you anyway because these things are tiny. Oh my god. Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh. At least it's only
Bruh.
1 damage, bruh. He rolled exactly average.
Damn
Ooh,
it.
5.
Beautiful.
That's 5.
Okay, I now have 5 damage, Quint.
5. That'll be relevant on his turn, on Quint's turn.
Yeah, and then I'm out of here at this point. So unless it's got combat, why can't I? Hello, I lost my token. What's going on here? I keep grabbing the Ranfarinkus
the ramp.
token. Okay, there we go. I got it. Okay, so I meant to move here. So 10, 15, 20, 25, and Eldon is going to cast. He's going to look at Rosie, and he is going to reach into his component pouch and pull out. Where is it here? Why is it not telling me what my component is? What the heck? He's going to reach into it and pull out a little ball of kind of solidified tallow, rub it between his fingers, and whisper an incantation and make like a swooshing motion with his hand. And I'm going to grease Rosie's clothing,
Oh, interesting.
which gives her a +10 circumstance on escaping grapples or escape
Very
artist.
nice.
Nicely done.
And +10 on CMD to avoid further grapples. But since she's grappled, it would be more in it. 10 +10 for escape artist or on her
All right.
CMB to escape.
Nice. Love to see it.
You
Got
slimed
her
her.
slimed. All right, Rosie. Let's see here. Is there anything here particularly for greased? Probably not.
Unlikely. Because it's not technically her, it's her
Well,
clothing. Can't
That's
actually
fair.
target a person with
No,
it.
we're
But
just gonna call her. We're gonna call her frightened. There we go. That's the grease symbol
Yep.
for the time being. She's greasy. Grease. All right.
Mhm.
Oh, look at that. So it's I believe the one that has Rosie in its clutches. Oh,
other one,
yeah,
I
sorry.
think.
Other
Yeah.
one. Yep, I have the one with Rosie and it's
Yep, the one that has been murderously
So it
commanded.
stops mid flappy flaps and it looks around and begins to take off at a diagonal away from the ship towards the
Yep.
Quetzalcoatlus.
Ooh.
hey yo.
Cool.
And I believe that
Yep,
is
that
actually
works great.
its entire movement for the one round that it's affected right there.
If that didn't happen, Quint was 100% getting picked up.
I mean, the possibility was
Like
high.
it was
That's
lined
factual.
up
I mean,
Yeah.
because Tazzik was getting picked up and he jumped out of the way.
He
Heroically.
bravely ran
bravely
away.
ran away. Which brings
Yes.
us to
Bravely Sir
this one
Tazzik.
here, who sees its food, it's out of reach, and begins running takeoff to get itself 10 feet in the air. Actually, I'm going to put it over the water bottles because that would make more sense. And Tazzik.
Tazzik is going to. 1 second. Yes. Tazzik is going to crack open his mutagen bottle, like a bottle of potion that he's concocted, down it, and then begin to swim. Unfortunately, I would have probably done dexterity, so I won't get a strength bonus to swim, but I'll take 10 instead because really, why not? And start swimming towards our young Jack. Was it Jack Skellington?
Jack Scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw, yeah, that's the
Actually,
one.
Jack would have been
Starts
like,
with-
brought like this way as the ship is moving, so he's actually even closer
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, so I start swimming towards him to try to
All right, yeah.
get the both of us on ship again.
With your 14. So what do you get? A quarter of your movement speed? A third? How does that work? I think it's not your whole movement speed because it's not a natural.
No,
Is it half?
might have been half.
Success means you may swim up to half your speed as a full round, or a quarter of your
So
speed as a
quarter.
move.
Quarter of your speed is a move action. Okay, perfect. So a quarter of your speed at 5 feet.
Like
Yeah.
5 feet.
That's fine.
5 feet, yeah.
That's okay. I'm not drowning.
All right, and I forgot to give Rosie
Yeah.
a
Yep.
turn. So thank you, Eldon, for the reminder there. Unless Tazzik, was there anything else you wanted to do before I?
That's all I can
All
do.
right. Rosie is gonna look at her greased up clothing, look at Eldon, and start shaking and trying to break as best as she can. And unfortunately, it's not quite enough as she remains in the creature's clutches. Yeah, that's rough. And now it's that one's turn.
At least it provokes from Morgan.
It does provoke for Morgan as it begins to fly straight up with Rosie in its clutches. So, Morgan, would you like to make an attack of opportunity on it?
Yes, I would.
Oh!
Oh.
Unfortunately, it does
Oh.
not confirm. That's the third time today that's happened.
Damn, son.
10 damage, though. That's
Still
still
though. God damn.
Sheesh.
Is that max? 1d6 plus 4, that's max.
It's
Nice.
it's still flapping, and it's looking pretty hungry. As it positions its beak and begins to attempt to gouge at poor Rosie's face. And let's see what happens here. Now Rosie takes 8 damage. She's a spunky one though, and she's still looking pretty good, but she's bleeding a bit. Actually, hold on. Bards are D6s, right? D8s?
D8s.
Bards
Sorry,
are
that's what I meant to say.
D8s.
Yep.
Yeah, D8s. Okay, so yeah, she's
yes,
fine.
bards are
She's fine.
D8s.
She's good. For now. She probably can't survive another one of those. But for now, she's okay. And that is where we will have that one's turn end. Which brings us now to Quint.
Okay. Now Quint's a little halfling, and one of the very few halflings in existence that still have 20 feet movement speed. So he's gonna run. Whoops. Let me select it properly. He's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, kind of partially up the stairs. He still has his loaded crossbow, so he's gonna point it at the thing that was holding Rosie. And he's going to attempt a shot at it. 5, 10, 15, and he's 55 up. I'm just going to make a little bit of math real quick. Then the hypotenuse, he is 57 feet away. Awesome, within the first range increments.
Get your protractors, boys.
You're right.
Call
All
me
right, I'll go ahead and
farmer,
take
I'm
that
protractor.
shot. Boo.
Wow.
Oh, it is a 21 for an entire
Hey, man,
2 piercing
That's
damage.
2 more
Every little
piercing
bit.
damage than what it had before.
Yep.
You guys are
Mhm.
2 damage
Yes.
closer to watching Rosie fall 60 feet onto the bow of the ship.
It's fine.
And I should probably have mentioned as well at the very beginning of Quinn's
Ah.
turn, Eldon, you feel almost like a presence behind you, and that presence gets uncomfortably close to the point where it feels like there is something physically almost on your shoulders, and it's extremely uncomfortable. But you almost accept it, and in that moment, you feel every single injury that's happened over the past 30 seconds happen immediately at the same time, and you look down and all of your injuries are gone. And at that moment, all of the small nicks and bites just start appearing on Quint. So you heal 5 and Quint takes 5.
Sweet.
And everyone else, they only get healing if their health is 5 points or less than their max. So I think everyone else is still
Haven't
doing
taken
good.
a hit.
That presence that he was describing behind you, though, it was definitely Sly.
Oh, no.
And I guess with that information at hand, actually, as a swift action, Quint is going to kind of reach, grab a little small kind of brown powder, sniff it real intensely as he uses his lay on hands on himself. One of these days, I'll remember the name of the feature.
Healer's Way.
Healer's Way.
It is the way.
Yes.
Stop.
And in this
me.
case, it actually heals me for an additional 2, so that's 4 HP back.
Nice.
Not bad. And okay, that is Quint's turn.
Alrighty. Just double checking some things about Rosie here real quick. Okay. She does have a stat block. I thought so. And she's not actually a bard. I could have sworn she was a bard.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Strangest things, just a smidge. Just a smidgen.
Oh, don't tell me she's a commoner. Not like this, dude. We're about to watch Rosie
not
go
a
splat.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Man,
We
I
might be
definitely
okay.
told her as a bard, though. She just screams bard to me. But I guess Concha Bard's the
Oh,
bard,
yeah.
so why would the ship have 2 bards? That kind of makes sense.
I mean, they did just randomly kidnap a bunch of people.
That's true.
Yeah, they did just kidnap a bunch of
That's
people.
true.
They weren't exactly picking and
All right,
choosing.
so now we get this dino boy, who is going to go for the running start. I think he's actually going to go. Which way is he going to go? I think this way. Yeah, this way makes sense. And he's going, because he's going to go away from the angry looking motherfucker. Who, like, it's definitely in my head canon that none of these guys actually care about the little dinos. But the big ones haven't gotten close to anybody else for them to really care.
Hmm.
And so we're going to go with Morgan. Oh, Spook
Okay.
is cowering, by the way, I should mention.
Good.
Spook.
Smartest
Good,
one.
good.
of everyone.
Away. Oh, 55 feet off the ground.
Jump!
Okay. I do have acrobatics.
Quick, start climbing. You might be able to get up in the ropes.
Actually, is there any rope
Yes,
around
you're
me?
on a ship.
All right. Morgan's gonna attempt to lasso
From
this thing.
60 feet away.
Actually, no, it's probably
It's
not a good idea, is it?
Possible.
I don't even know if it's possible.
With a 20,
Because I think
maybe?
I don't.
Quick
I
question
don't
though:
think so.
did Tazzik take a rope with him on the way down?
Did Tazzik take
Tazzik did not. I didn't say I did, so.
Okay,
There are ropes down the
this kid's
side of the ship.
floating right by Morgan right now, so if there is rope around, I am gonna drop it in the water. Make sure it's tied to something though, beforehand for the
This
kid
is
and
quickly becoming
Tazzik.
Unless Tazzik saves the kid and the kid saves Tazzik.
I mean, Tazzik would be fine.
He's a water rat.
He's still right next to the rope ladder.
Yeah.
He could jump down, so he could just reach out and grab it. He's
Yeah.
probably
It's true.
okay.
It's
He's
true.
only moved 5 feet.
Speaking
So
of being fine
is
in
true.
the water, Eldon, how's it going, buddy?
you know what? I don't want to hear that from you. All right. Well, this has gotten a little awkward. I don't think I got much in the way of range here for all these things. Yeah, not a lot of range. All right, I'm going to just jolt this one. I'll give him a jolt. Give him a little zap. Make him think about his actions a little bit.
No, you didn't.
That is a natural one.
No, you did not.
Does anyone
No,
have
I
a
did
hero
not.
point left?
No,
Yeah.
no,
same
I
here.
do
How are
not.
people looking for hero points? Should I stimulate the economy some?
I
I used all mine.
I
Air
haven't
over
been
here,
able to.
proudly.
I haven't used any of mine yet, so I'm still sitting up full.
Because I was debating awarding some after this combat for some particularly flavorful choices, but
It's a shame.
Yeah.
None happened.
real shame, no flavor. But it's gonna be after the combat, not during. Where's the fun in that? All right, so with the one round
Sure.
of murderous intent over, the pterodon now turns and begins diving for Scourge.
No great loss there.
Okay. Who cares?
I'm not sprinting over there in a
Yeah.
hurry. I'll be honest.
Oh
My little
no, I
sword.
can't get off of the out of the water.
Let the man die in peace. Jesus Christ, leave the man alone. Poor guy. He's
All right.
suffering now.
All right, with this one 10 feet
Slander.
up in the air, it's going to go and charge at Morgan as she's trying to do the nice thing and hand off some rope. So there's going to be a charge. What is that? It's a negative to AC and a +2 to the attack. Am I remembering that right? Negative 2 to AC and
believe
+2 to
so.
attack. And then this one also gets the bonus of +2
Yeah,
to
you can move
damage.
double your.
Very nice.
Doesn't matter. It misses. It misses. It whiffs.
Whiff.
And just gonna chill out on the ground in front of you, looking particularly apologetic. Tazzik. Oh, and of course Jack here. Actually, let me see if Jack gets the rope. He does manage to grab onto the rope as he floats towards Tazzik.
Perfect. I'm going to grab onto the rope ladder on the side of the ship and hold out a hand to Jack as he. Or sorry, I'm going to hold onto the rope ladder, jam my musket in between my arm, reload the musket, and then hold out a hand to Jack because that's 2 move actions and I can't do anything else.
Okay. Okay.
So I have a loaded musket for next round.
Interesting. I shoot Jack.
No one will know.
It's the perfect time.
Yeah, I wasn't actually shooting the Pteranodon. I shot Jack.
Yeah, I just missed Jack the first time.
I just
yeah.
missed on the first shot. I missed
listen,
Jack
we
the
all know
first
that
time.
Jack is actually the evil mastermind on the ship.
I mean,
Obviously.
all signs, man. All signs point to that.
Listen, I'm just gonna say I don't think we've seen Barnabas and Jack in the same room at the same time.
Man's
true.
over here spitting facts, and I'm tempted to make that canon.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Do not do
I
that.
turn to Jack and he says, "Thank you. You have saved me this day."
Yeah, this is how I get promoted again. Let's go.
Tazzik is climbing the ranks.
I will be your captain, girl. All right, so it's the Pteranodon's turn, and he. Okay, guys, be real with me. How lethal do you want me to be?
Do
Hey,
Do what I gotta
You
do.
do what you gotta do, man.
Let the dice roll.
Oh, Christ Almighty!
Don't.
Yep. The dice
Oh
do
my
what
God,
the
can I
dice gonna
actually roll
do.
and have it land on my.
Wait, isn't it Rosie's turn?
It is Rosie's turn.
They either
Escape
crit
artist
roll
or
the
grapple
walk.
check. Escape artist or
Escape
CMB.
All right, so
With
she
a
might
plus
actually
10.
have a chance here because she's not what I thought she was. So I did actually roll before to see if it would have worked, but it's possible. Okay, guys, I preloaded my dice here, so we'll see what happens. But Rosie, sweet Rosie, remains grappled.
Ooh.
And okay, you know what? I'm gonna make this roll public. For the record, her AC is right here. It is 15. Okay.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, these guys have, or I can just do this. What am I doing? Typing it out manually like some sort of chump. I can just right click and do that. Holy range, Batman.
I was close.
Whoo!
Ooh.
Let's go.
He's alive.
That'd have
Let's
been enough to knock
go.
her unconscious at least, but whew. All right. And he drops her now. As a move action, he lets go.
Yeah,
I mean,
Actually,
fair.
I think I'd be close enough to
Free
dive and
action, I
catch
think.
her.
free action wouldn't even be a move action.
Hero
That
point. That'd be a
would
hero point for Morgan for
You
sure.
know what? Morgan
Oh, yeah.
was complaining about how she
The
hasn't
diving
had
play.
any opportunities to burn hero points. Sounds like an opportunity to
Sounds
burn
like
a hero
one.
point as the pterodon lets go of Rosie and she begins to fall.
I mean, it is
55
biting
feet.
grease right now, so I don't blame it.
Yep.
All right.
Rosie is pretty greased up.
Yeah.
So, Morgan.
So I am definitely stimulating the economy, and Morgan is going to dive in to catch
All
her.
right. Let's see. How should I
Oh,
play
yeah.
this?
What am
That's
I
a good
rolling?
question. I guess my gut says acrobatics, but at least yeah.
Acrobatics, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that tracks.
Greased up. Yeah, don't forget she's also greased up as you're trying to get
Greased up halfling, the new board game from Let's Throw Dice. Kickstarter. Kickstarter.
Shoots and Ladders clones,
God.
except it's just greased up halflings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a track of
Pretty much.
grease.
All right, acrobatics.
All right. Not too sure how to add the hero points, so
When you click on the roll, it should give you a little menu, and then before you click normal roll, you should have a little field to put +8.
Yeah, it'll be the second
You're
situational
gonna-
boss
bonus.
Which, well, actually, hold on, because it's not your turn, so you'd be burning a hero point to do the thing out of turn, and then another one
Yeah.
if you wanted to boost it.
Yes.
How long is it going to take?
So you're using one already to do it out
So
of
one
turn.
hero point to perform this now, not on your turn. And then it would be another hero point to get you an additional +8 to it, or if you're feeling confident in your dexterity, you can just go for the raw acrobatics.
Screw it, I'm doing 2.
All right.
Ooh,
Mm.
Yes.
I dig it. 2 hero points in 1 turn to save Rosie Cusswell's life.
It was +8,
Yeah,
correct?
That's right.
Under
Yeah.
situational bonus. Hopefully I put this in
Don't worry, if you don't,
correctly.
we're all just going to bully you relentlessly for it.
Yeah. We can do this.
Oh,
my
nice.
god.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
Oh,
go.
dude, I set the DC to 12. Better safe than sorry. As you jump out and you catch Rosie. However, she did fall quite a bit. She's still taking a bit of damage, but you saved her from, let's call it, half of
Non-lethal?
it. And
Does she
you know
take
what?
non-lethal instead?
Morgan's cushioning the fall with a 31.
Or half of it,
non-lethal.
or half non-lethal?
Because full non-lethal, I think she'd still be pretty fucking close to death, if not dead.
I think she's
Yeah.
regardless, I think she's unconscious, right? Because non-lethal goes on top of your other damage.
Did she?
Oh,
Ow.
oh my God!
Let's go. She's good,
Oh,
dude.
damn.
She's chilling.
Ladies and gentlemen,
5
that was 5d6 for fall damage.
Woo!
5
Fu-
ones.
No, yeah,
Oink.
5 ones, which half, and it's non-lethal. three non-lethal
No,
damage.
Tazzik, no.
That's spectacular.
I quit. I give up. You know what? Game's over. Everyone goes home.
Asmara favors the bold.
Hey, economy has been stimulated. Let's go.
Damn. Dice
Damn,
really
the
like
dice
Rosie.
love Rosie.
They needed her for a future
Apparently,
moment.
I gotta figure out what she's doing, so I'm just gonna move Rosie.
It's not Rosie's day to
No.
die.
I would say if Morgan dove forward to catch Rosie, she also probably had to provoke from
The
little
Oh,
Ravrinkus,
yeah,
to be
oh,
fair.
dude,
To be fair,
so
that
we're
probably
gonna
still
see
provokes.
one whole damage here. At most. At
exactly,
most.
but- Hey,
Good,
could be
it's
could be a
true,
crit,
it's
could be 2.
Or 3.
No, I think their strength is too low. I think they literally do 1 damage. That doesn't even hit. You're fine.
Yeah,
You're fine.
Nah,
Rosie.
not hidden.
Rosie looks at you and says, "Oh, she's still
Unconscious?
conscious." It's only
Yeah, the 5
dude,
it's only
it's
5
half of
damage.
that.
She's
She's
still
good.
DC.
It's 3.
Oh yeah, it's
3
half.
non-lethal damage after taking 8 damage on the bite attack.
That's what spending 2
Yeah.
hero points.
That's worth
Getting
it.
a 31.
I cannot
catch
It's all about.
does.
believe.
The shit.
Dude, we just
Let's
rolled like a reverse
go.
Yahtzee here. Like, what?
Mhm.
Let's go. Yo, you cashed that immediately though. 5 ones?
Mm.
Cash that in.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
5 points.
All right, I got. Oh, combat's over. Everybody go home. All right, so that was the Pterodon's turn. Quint.
All right. Quint takes a 5-foot step up, takes a move equivalent action to load his crossbow, then just shoots Conchabar in the face. No, he's going to fire at.
Scourge. It's about to
The-
like shoot Scourge. It'll look like we're trying to kill the other
he'll
thing.
He'll shoot at the Rhamphorhynchus. That's like 5 feet to his east. Yeah, he's gonna level his crossbow, take a shot. Kaboom. So 19 for 4 piercing
That's exactly enough to blow a hole through its chest and watch it collapse.
damage. Hot. And that's everything. Everyone else is okay health wise. I know Rosie got hit, but there's not much I can do. So that's Quint's turn.
She's a tumbler. She's a tumbler.
Sorry, she's actually part goblin.
You don't know is that
Yep.
Rosie was
Bouncy.
an acrobat at a circus before she came on the
Sorry.
Wormwood.
Of course.
She's very bardic.
Alright,
She's a
charge
performer.
attack at the magic man.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah,
Don't poke
triple
me,
crit
please.
insta-death.
Hold up! Wait a minute.
So that's a 20
Nice.
Jesus, man!
for 3 damage.
3 damage. All right. Well,
That is quite literally this thing at. No, I guess if it crit, it could deal 6 damage.
that's max damage.
If it
Yes,
crit,
if it crit.
it could have
have
dealt
dealt
6
6.
non-lethal. Love to see it. Aren't these guys so good? I was like, I'll throw 8 at them. That'll make
They're
them
so
fun.
annoying.
So annoying.
Listen, you want to fight the Quetzalcoatlus? I could bring it on deck. You guys can fight that. So
I mean, I'm
it's only
down.
like
Go, I'm ready.
CR9. You'll be fine.
There's a lot of us.
With
Only one of
its
them.
companion on its back, who you guys don't even know what that's going on with. I'm sure you have guesses though. Some theories.
Yeah,
Some
theories.
probably very accurate theories. Anyway, Morgan, it's your turn.
Okay. Well,
You have a
thing's
halfling
55
arm.
feet up in the air.
Throw the halfling.
Get him! No, it's not. Let's
Hammer toss.
Throw me.
Throw me.
Don't tell Eldon.
No, let's not throw poor Rosie at this thing.
She'd probably take more fall
Beat
damage
a
from you throwing
motherfucker
her.
with another motherfucker.
Okay, easy, Grell.
Listen, you don't know. You don't know what I've done to Grell to make him work in this campaign.
Oh, let's go. I'm so ready.
God.
The answer is absolutely nothing. You did nothing to him.
Yeah,
It's
he's just out of
exactly
the
the
box.
same.
He's the same.
20th level though.
We could take him.
Trying to see what I can do right now.
Throw something shiny at him, you're fine.
Yeah.
All right.
You're close to the rope. You could pull Jack up.
You could start pulling the rope.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Morgan will start doing that. She's not much use with this thing 55 feet up in the air without her
that's good.
pistol.
All right, fair enough. Cool.
You could. Well, the
Yeah,
other thing you could do is
could.
ready in action. Like you could ready in action to attack it if it tries to grapple you.
Get your rapier ready to stab it
something
in
like
the face
that.
as it dives down at you, because it's definitely not
Yeah.
going to do that on
Yeah.
its next turn. Definitely not.
Yeah, let's
Hmm.
go with that.
Or ready to action to stab a pterodon in the face. Pathfinder's weird.
Yep.
Eldon.
Seems good. All right. Eldon is going to take his full movement of 35 feet and provoke. Not giving a crap about the little guy.
You say that, but you're about to get the triple crit, man.
Take that as a no, my friend. I'm gonna just walk on by. Don't mind me. And and after moving into this conveniently ranged position, I'm going to look up at the pteranodon that's hovering above Scourge, and I am going to give it an ear-piercing scream of its own. Get
All right.
that. So DC 17 for half, 12 damage, and a daze.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You know, I just want to say one thing here, just really quick. If you guys can just hear me, I just want to say one thing.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. He done.
He goes
Splat. Is he unconscious or dead?
For the sake of, like, I don't usually keep them unconscious. He's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
If you want to start playing by that
fair
rules,
enough.
I certainly can.
Well, it only matters if they've got a healer.
Matters if they have a healer or if somehow we don't like stick around after the combat.
Yeah. Right. I suspect if it's still kind of snoring, Scourge is just going to stomp
Yeah.
its head.
Yeah, Scourge would definitely curb stomp.
I mean, it was flying towards him. Can it
He would
just
just
land
he
into
coup de grace.
Scourge?
He gets a coup de grace. It's over.
Just crashes into Scourge.
All right, Tazzik. So Jack has like floated within you. You said you had your arm out to catch him. You have now. You guys are now holding hands. That's so kawaii.
I'm just gonna guide him to the rope ladder, climb to the top of the rope, and take a shot at the one that's here with my newly loaded musket.
One-handed, because you're holding onto the rope.
Actually, I should double check to see if I can do that.
You do have a tail. Maybe that could help you climb. I don't know if that's a mechanical thing.
I think a feat that Ratfolk can take, or
It-
trait.
It's a
Gotcha.
feat,
Or an
or
alteration
also
of the
I
trait
could
for
get
it.
it through Alchemist, but I don't have it.
Cool.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think to fire you do still need 2 hands free.
Yeah. Crossbows you can get away with firing one-handed. I don't think muskets have the same rule.
Not sure. I can take a look at that right
Mhm.
now. I mean, can I make the argument that it's a rope ladder so I can like twine my legs around and take a minus
I'll
for basically being like hanging?
give you a -4.
Okay. And I'll look into firing a musket one-handed in a second then. Because I will 100% take that for -4. Good
We're
dex.
gonna find out
And
that the rules is
it's
written. It's like a -12 or something, and I'm just a really lenient DM.
I mean, it could be just like unstable terrain that I'm on, basically, which I think is a -4.
That's kind of what I'm basing this on. So
Yeah. All right. Take a shot at the one that's still flying.
Kerblam.
Having trouble with muskets today.
Two-handed firearms can be shot with one hand.
Oh, okay.
-4.
Well, there you are.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
So it is the same
Beautiful.
as the crossbow, but same negative
Yeah.
at that point. It's doing the leg grab thing.
Actually rolls.
Yay. All right. So what is that? 14 to a 22 for 16.
22 with a -4, I might add, for 16 points of damage.
Jeez.
Gotta love
why,
it.
Why do I even bother setting up encounters? You guys just like what's even the point?
It's
What-
beautiful.
My boy,
We
you gotta
set
crank,
each
you gotta
other up.
crank him a little bit.
That's true. Yeah, you
If you want to give us a
All
run,
right,
you
the
just gotta crank
Tarask
him a
appears
little
in the
bit.
distance. It's aquatic now.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's
You guys
time
never
for a
have to stop to
Kraken.
pay
Let's go.
attention to the wormwood. It's actually a Tarask. All right. Well, yeah. No, that's actually that. Oh, that's
Somebody
right,
kill
there's
this
still
stupid
one
little
more.
thing before it comes at me again. Somebody kill it before
Yep.
it charges me again, please.
Forgot about it.
Love it.
I can't. I tried twice. I can't hit the stamp.
Or do we
Somebody
tame
get
this
rid of it.
thing?
No, kill it. Just get rid of it. I don't want it.
It could be the new
If
dinner.
you tame it, it's dinner.
But it'd be
Yeah,
dinner's
if you tame it, it becomes dinner.
We should name it Winner.
Winner chicken.
I was gonna
dinner.
go with lunch.
I like
Lunch
lunch. It's got a good.
And I did fry up a couple of them. We got some nice toasty Ranferinkus
Oh,
meat for dinner now. All of
no.
a sudden,
All right, Quint, it's your turn, buddy. You got one Ranferinkus left.
All right. Movement action. Reload his crossbow. He's gonna take aim and just fire
Let's see that
one
fatty
concise
natty.
strike at this single remaining.
Rip lunch.
so I tell you, this thing's unkillable.
No, it's a
13 does
13.
not
It's
hit
like
it.
straight up unkillable.
Tiny,
Yeah.
tiny
So
creature.
ching, sticks into the wood.
As it-
It's like, Well, that's
As it
easy to
takes
reclaim
off
at least.
towards Elton.
Yep. Yeah, Quint would take a 5-foot step down the stairs, and that's his
All
whole
right.
turn.
Morgan.
I guess she'll head in its
Mhm.
direction. I'm not sure if I can intimidate from too far away yet.
30 feet.
30 feet.
You can probably get close enough to try to spook it.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah,
Wait.
I think so.
Because you can move, what, 20 or 30?
30. So, I'd be right about here.
All right. Let's see. Intimidate. You trying to give them the old spookerinos.
Yep.
All right.
It's like hit dice plus sense
Yeah,
motive plus
looking-
wisdom or something like that.
Oh, what? There's a feat called Intimidate Animals? Cool.
Hmm.
Damn.
I think animals have like a +8 against intimidation or something.
right.
They don't know English.
There's no actual mention here about animals in Intimidate.
Intimidate animals
Yeah.
just allows you to add an extra modifier to it.
So let's see. You're trying to.
I think it's like intelligence score based.
You had wisdom. You had wisdom on top of charisma for intimidate animals. But regular is just you can still do it. Just any opponent.
Right, so it's 10 plus the target's hit dice plus the target's wisdom modifier. So 11 plus. What's its wisdom here? Its wisdom modifier is. So 13. Beat a 13 on Intimidate for a creature that you have a +8 to Intimidate against.
All right.
I had the size bonus. I think actually it's only a +4
Oh, that's
because
true.
it
That's true.
doesn't stack
It should.
for
I feel
multiple
like it
size
should, but
categories.
yeah, it's still
So +4.
17.
I feel like it should, but
Cool. It's running away from you. Well, it's shaken. You've shaken it. It is
Yeah, it's shaken.
Yes.
It doesn't run just yet.
shaken is it's running.
it's
It
running.
was already traveling away from you.
But that's by choice. But that's by choice. That's not because it has to.
All right. Shaken for 1 round. Beaten 5. Oh no, you only beat it by 4, so it's only 1 round. Okay, cool. So he is shaken. Nicely done.
Two
2
rounds
rounds,
because
right?
she's a thug.
Thugs.
life.
Thugs. Oh,
Yeah,
buddy.
you got that
Oh,
to look forward
dude.
to in a few levels too, buddy.
-2 penalty on attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. Yeah, anything
Basically
that uses
anything
a
with a
D20,
D20.
it's now worse at.
Hmm.
It's okay.
Oh.
Oh no! Come on! Don't tell me. There we go. Okay, good. All right. So nicely done. Intimidation and Eldon.
Give him a little Zapperino. That is a 19 to
touches him
touch.
for one
electricity. Spook him.
That's right.
Scared him
That's
a
right.
little bit.
You got his early feathers.
It's like the low setting on a shock collar.
Its feathers
Exactly.
just fluff out.
Yeah.
Grows 3 times
Now
in
more
size.
intimidating
Yeah.
against you.
Tazzik's going to just help Jack up over the railing to the top of the ship and assess to see it and look around for the first time in a bit to see if there's anything else nearby that he needs to worry about.
There ain't much else to worry about. Just, I mean, the Quetzalcoatlus is still very much tailing you guys. Far.
Yeah, but I
out of
can't hit it
range,
yet.
But it's just vibing. All right. So you climb to the top, take a look. Everything's safe. Are you back on the ship, or are you still climbing up?
How tall is this out of the ship,
I think it's
actually?
like 30 feet.
I'm still climbing up.
Perfect. And Quint.
Yeah, movement action. He's gonna reload his crossbow, try to take a shot of that remaining
All right,
little
take a roll.
dino.
Oh, there
Oh
it
my.
is.
Let's go.
All right.
Oh, and he
Critical
did it
threat.
too.
24
too.
Oh, finally a crit confirmed.
4
Total of-
damage.
Let's go.
You're-
4 damage.
Just
That is the most lackluster crit. Right, to be fair, though, if it didn't just get hit, you still would have knocked it
technically
out.
it's a
at
7
full
total.
damage.
True.
7 total? No, it says
You'd think so, but it's in the second
No.
damage, it's adding it
Oh.
it's
together.
4. It is 4.
Oh,
That's
kinda
what I thought it
disappointed by
happened.
that.
So
So-
it's at negative.
Yeah, it does the 3 plus the 1 from the new roll on the critical under the critical confirmation.
All right,
That's the
guys.
second
Oh,
roll,
okay.
basically.
You done it.
Yep.
You got him.
Splat. We
Got him.
got
For
him.
the record, he was actually running away. He was heading back. He was not going to attack anybody.
We did just massacre everything they came
Good.
with. Whether it liked them or not, it's still just
Yeah, it was terrified. It was like, get me the hell out of here. And
Yeah.
we said, nah,
Yeah.
not today. We're eating
Alright,
good
I'm
tonight.
actually going to split
Again.
this up as is normal. So splitting the experience between all those lovely creatures. You guys should all get 670 experience from that.
I did.
Alright.
Let's go.
nice.
How much? 620?
Yeah.
670.
It auto applied to mine.
670. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it auto applied to mine as well.
Oops, I deleted my
Yeah,
experience
everyone's just
tracker.
dead now.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All right,
That's-
guys.
See, what we don't know
Self-observation.
about Quint is Quint occasionally has like brief bouts of amnesia and just forgets everything.
that's
Yep.
from all the years of alcohol abuse.
I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
Who are you people?
Positive energy.
Where are my
it does
children?
things to a person.
All right, guys, how you feeling? You just survived what I thought was going to be a little more difficult, to be honest, but not. That was actually pretty good.
That was good.
In theory, those 2 CR3s should have been more than enough for you guys to, more than a challenge for you guys. But no, somebody has to show up with the guns and alchemical cartridges, and literally do half damage in one shot.
I mean, I did build what is effectively a sniper.
Hey, you knew what was on this boat when you sent the
not even mad.
dinosaurs after us.
I'm not even mad. I'm still trying to figure out where the line to balance is. In case you guys didn't realize, I threw in a bunch of ADS, and they were as annoying as I hoped they would be. If you hit them, you killed them
Great.
for the most part.
I mean, that is basically perfect to try to bog down some of the caster types.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did. They're so
Yeah.
annoying. I was so
Like if
annoyed.
they were just slightly more effective, then it could have
yeah,
actually
if
changed.
they did any more damage, they would have actually given me a really hard time.
yeah, I did.
I think the strength penalty
Oh,
was
yeah.
what killed them.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
that's the
They're meant to
point.
be annoying. Like I said, they're CR 1/3. But like as far as like
Yeah.
pterosaurs are concerned, your
Yeah.
options are CR 1/3, CR 1, CR 3, CR 7, and CR 12. And I wasn't about to throw a
Yeah.
CR 12 at you guys. But that's right.
That was your
Honestly,
first
I think
mistake.
you guys could take on the Quetzalcoatlus if I play it like it's just a Quetzalcoatlus and not
Mhm.
not an animal companion.
Not an animal companion.
Clearly,
Clearly.
I mean, clearly it was Avatar.
that's right. That's right.
Ikran. That's the CR12 one. It's the
Yeah.
Avatar one.
Yeah, all right. You guys did pretty good. I'm happy with
that's
that.
great.
That was good. And that lasted
Yeah.
about as long as I
We're-
wanted it to, too.
Yeah, we're almost untouched. Like, admittedly, there's
Oh, yeah,
like
no,
a
if
lot
you
of
guys
us.
didn't
So
just like immediately start deleting
easy
those
enough.
pterodons. They were coming for you. Like Morgan was going to be the first one to get picked up
Yeah.
and probably dropped into the drink.
I just want to see Morgan get picked up, and then Morgan basically bisect it all the way around with her sword, and
Yeah.
then fall into the water.
Just stab until
Yeah.
it drops her. Put me
you just
down.
see
you
it
Sorry,
pick up
checks out.
Morgan. A few seconds later, it swoops back down, gently places
Yeah.
Morgan back, pats
Sorry.
on the back,
Yeah.
flies away.
Big sorry.
Yeah.
Big sorry.
Not to bueno. Yeah. So I guess comments over. Ship is still yours. I'll give you guys a few minutes here to just kind of like wrap things up for the session, or do you want to leave it exactly here and we'll pick it up next week?
I mean, Quint would just kind of shout to gather up all the meat.
There,
Don't waste the meat.
there is a lot of meat on this ship.
We feast tonight.
Yeah.
There is a lot of meat. So
Tazzik is going
Probably
to
want to start frying some of it.
take Jack, basically guide him up to the top deck, and in a slightly ballsy setup, walk up to the top deck, pass him off to Crine, and go, I think this is yours.
Ooh.
she looks down at you, and you're on the top deck right now. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm an officer
Oh,
now,
true.
so
You
technically.
are an officer. That's right. That's right. Very presumptuous of you that you're allowed on the top deck, Officer Rat.
It did just save her son, so if anybody's going to have a chance of surviving the top deck.
Bold of you to assume she likes her son,
Yeah.
who may or may not be Captain Barnabas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she thanks you as much as Crine is capable of thanking anybody who she deems beneath her.
Yeah.
And
The grunts. Yeah,
The
that
curtain
tells
nod.
you in no uncertain terms to get back to work.
I nod and then head back off of the deck. Is Ratline still just like in a pile of his own blood?
Yeah, actually,
Yes.
I meant to say Stitchman
He's
has
just
been
in a
actually
heap.
caring for him.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
this whole time, Stitchman, as soon as he like crash
Yeah.
landed.
He's just a mangled heap.
Yeah, he's still just bleeding out, twitching there.
Stitchman is-
Yeah.
They don't care. He's fine. Where's blood was, there's dust. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
And he gets back up. and
That just means Sly's been
That's
there.
right. That's right. That's right. All right. So I guess this is pretty much as good a spot as we can end things with. We'll pick it up next week with you guys checking in on probably Rosie, maybe. I don't actually know. Looks like Quint is running towards her.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
Quint is
so
curious.
we'll pick it up then next week with Quint nursing Rosie back to health.
Love to see it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna switch us over here to our goodbye screen.